Yo, guys, welcome back to InControl podcast. It's me, James, with my co-hosts Matthew and Jason. Yes, Jason is here today. So let's get straight to the menu. So today we got some Canada soccer news, obviously some Toronto FC New York United talk. We're gonna have some CPL talk, some MLS, the new Women's League in Canada, just some world news like we always do, and then obviously our Premier League predictions.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna jump right into it. But before, make sure to like and subscribe.
There we go.
Please, please, just please do it.
It
Please.
helps the video a lot with
Please.
visibility.
Please. Okay, just please.
Okay,
Stop
Yeah,
begging,
so
man.
we'll
so
start off with
yeah.
can nothing in terms of like obviously squads and stuff like that, but more in terms of just some transfer news. The TFC in terms of the Canadians at TFC, we're gonna go that kind of separate, but it's gonna branch off of the first set of Canadian players anyway, so it's kind of the
hmm
same thing anyways. Um, First kind of rumor that's been going around is Zach Gilliard. I
hmm
still don't know if that's how you say it.
It isn't.
Like,
My professor said it one time perfectly, and I forgot how to say it.
is he French?
Brogiard, I think. I think that's how you say it.
Is he French?
Yeah.
He
Or no,
is?
I don't think he is
Wait,
actually.
I was gonna say, I
I
swear
don't
you.
think he is. I just think he knows how to
What's
say
his
it.
name again? McKee?
Yeah. We
Shout
always
out
we
Mr.
always end up
McKee.
talking about him. He's like the only
Mr.
person
McKee,
outside of the
bro.
podcast I talk to about Canadian soccer. So.
Yeah, so this one though hasn't been coming from big sources, but it has been on Twitter from some sources, but not obviously no verified ticks.
hmm
The source says that Brøndby in Denmark and Hansa Scotland are are scouting Montreal's ZBG.
hmm
Um, and it's just explaining how there's more interest in 2022. Honestly, in my opinion, um, obviously the move to Europe is good, but in terms of the teams he's going to, I feel like that's just a sideways step. Like going to Hearts, like I feel like Montreal would like it's just the same
hmm
as playing as Hearts. Brøndby I could see because they can make some. They're in Europa League now and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Is Brøndby in the Europa League?
I think so. Or maybe Conference League.
It
They're
might be
definitely in the
Conference League, but
conference.
they're in
Yeah.
some European competitions. Should be good. But obviously, he had that big injury,
hmm
or else I think he would have been part of that group that the 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 group from Montreal that went to train with Bologna, obviously, because
hmm
Bologna and Montreal have their it's kind of like their affiliate clubs, and they send players there all the time.
hmm
Probably would have been there if he didn't have this injury.
Well, the thing
Um,
is, you said it's kind of like a sideways step. The more I'm thinking about it, I don't really see it as a sideways step.
Going to
Because like,
Hearts.
yeah, because you're still going to
Fraser
Europe.
Aird went to freaking Scotland to CPL.
Yeah,
That's Scotland.
you're gonna be
Unless
getting
you're
just
playing for
like,
Rangers and Celtic,
yeah, but
it's not that big.
think of the eyes that are gonna potentially be on you. I think yeah, you're kind of right. It is
Hearts.
closer to a sideways shuffle, but you're getting more eyes on you. So I see it as like a bit of a, it's like a baby step forward.
I don't know if it's more eyes, but Brøndby even that's like not a great league, but just because Brøndby's in European
Yeah,
competition,
so you're gonna be playing against
I
like
could see how it's gonna be
Tottenham
good.
in the Conference League, right?
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
Potentially.
speaking of Tottenham, how they almost lost to Puck was Puck's for the manager, but anyways,
Oh, really?
yeah. So
I also
just
saw
getting
that
Eustachio out of
while
there.
we're talking about Canada, apparently Stefan Eustachio is gonna leave. I
Yeah, but
heard
they've been
Porto and
saying that, but now
Sporting, but
hopefully he actually
it's
does move
looking
now.
like he actually wants to leave though, from what
Hmm.
I'm seeing.
Yeah. Next one is Mo Farsi. Now this one is not really like clubs that are specifically named here, but it's mostly just saying that he's got some interest from the MLS and from just Europe. So that could be anywhere in Europe. Could be freaking Norway. Could be freaking Barcelona for all I know. Obviously not, but
hmm
maybe I doubt it. But obviously his contract wasn't didn't re-sign with Calvary. Um, I don't think it was a move for Calvary to like, oh, we didn't want to sign him. It was probably more of a Mo Farsi wants to go
Yeah.
farther. With the aspirations of leaving. Um, so yeah, MLS or Europe, I'd be fine with all of that. He's a really good potential. He's got good potential in FM too.
hmm
He actually used to be on the Canada men's futsal team when he was like 18.
Oh
So
yeah.
shout out Mo Farsi. Um, Probably like if hopefully he works out because then that really helps the CPL. Like I said, we need that one guy to just go up the ladder and
hmm
make the jump.
Well, then again,
Um,
would he be considered a CPL player, or would he be considered an Algerian first team or an Algerian side? Because he did come from Algeria before, joining Calvary, right? Because I'm looking at the link that you
yeah,
put.
but that's when he that's Like he went there for like like half a season.
Oh, okay. So yeah, then he's
No, wasn't
definitely
it half
is.
season? He was playing in like the Montreal teams before, was he not?
I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. Don't know where he played before. Oh, he
No, or
played for Blainville. That sounds
yeah,
familiar.
that's one of the PSLP teams. Unless I don't, let me check. I actually don't know. I'm just right now.
He
Go
went from
here.
Blainville to
hmm
that
Yeah, he's friends with.
Algerian
He's
team.
like, yeah, he probably just went there. I don't know if he was born in Canada though, so Absi
Farsi.
wasn't, but Farsi was. Yeah.
Where was Abzi born?
The
Oh, Morocco. Yeah.
Morocco, but he lived in Montreal.
Yeah,
I don't know how long he lived in
Farsi was
Montreal.
born in Quebec.
In Montreal, yeah, they're all French
Mm-hmm.
Canadian. Next one is Max Ferrari. Now this one is like really broad too. It is from more reliable sources.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's basically saying that he had discussions with people from Europe, North and South America, and Oceania. So like literally every single like part of the
The
world. The
Australian
only
League,
place
yeah.
that I could see that it would be even a reasonable Oceania obviously would be to like play like the best team in Australia. Otherwise, like what's the point? Like Wellington Phoenix or like Adelaide or something.
I thought
I'm
they were
assuming. I
pretty
don't even
good.
know.
I
What
thought their
even
league
is
was
the top team in
decent.
Australia?
Melbourne, probably.
Why? Just because they're fucking sponsored by you schmucks?
No, there's
By
Melbourne
Man
Victory
City?
and Melbourne City, so I was kind of saying Melbourne. It's probably like either
Which one's
one.
the one that you guys sponsor?
City, obviously.
City?
Yeah,
Oh, a team called MacArthur. Team called MacArthur and Melbourne Victory. Yeah, Melbourne City's
yeah.
not doing it. Oh, Adelaide's like almost last. No shit. Okay. Yeah, so that's probably where he meant by Oceania.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of North South America, obviously North America probably means somewhere in the MLS.
Yeah.
South America, that's kind of interesting. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know where that would be.
May
Like
maybe Argentina.
maybe local Argentina or something like that. That would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then Europe, obviously they said that was like a Netherlands, so don't know if that's like a second division, if it's a first division, first team or first division like U21 team
It's
trying to make the
probably a
move there.
second division Dutch team, cause like look at the way our teams are set up in the FM save we have together. Like
hmm
I don't see him fitting into the guys that fitting in with the guys that we're signing. He's probably like gonna be either a
Yeah, but
bench.
that's based off FM.
Yeah,
FM's
like from
finesse.
what I see, he's either gonna be a bench player
Okay, FM's not
at
shit.
like a lower like bottom half Dutch
That's what I was
team
saying. If or he's on
or
this or he's on the
starter.
like
Yeah.
U21s of like a
No,
team,
not
yeah.
U21s. He's definitely gonna be on the bench. Like he'll be useful.
If for a first division team in Netherlands, you think he's
Yeah.
just gonna go in? It would have to be like one of the bottom teams though.
Yeah, but like on the bench. Because he's versatile, right? You could play him almost anywhere.
hmm
So like teams need
We'll
that,
see.
especially if they're on a budget.
Um, the third player, obviously this one is confirmed. Julian
Oh yeah.
Dunn to Hamcam. I don't know the full team name. It's like Hammer Cover Ranking. It was basically the team that
Bear.
Mo Theo Bear plays
Hmm.
for. I'm pretty sure they just got promoted to the first division, or they're on their way to get promoted. We're actually gonna get a little fact check here. How do I check the second division?
I'll find it for you. I'm not even gonna try to say that name. They are
I think I
first.
found something here.
30
Yeah,
matches in, their first 69 points. Nice. They're 10 points ahead of
yeah,
Eilstand. What? Okay, this is Norwegian second division. Okay.
yeah.
How many matches do they have?
Left, I don't know.
The season has to be ending now because of winter. Surely, right?
I don't know. They might just have a break.
At the end of the season, no wait, okay, I'm gonna have to control F games. Um, fuck. Um, what's like? Wow, this is actually hard. How many games do they have in their season?
Okay, whatever. Either way, they're looking that they're gonna get promoted. Um, It looks like they're also interested in other Canadians too, which would be cool. Norway, might not look like a decent league, but it has some decent teams. Obviously, Vålerenga, where Adekube came from, and then made his move to Turkey. You have Mold. Everyone knows Mold. What's that team? Bodo like slash Glimt or whatever. What didn't they have there wasn't that team that had slash in the name that one beat Roma like 6-0.
I have no clue.
Dude, what is it called? Bodo. Search up Bodo. Like
Um,
Bodo, no, Bodo's Glimt or some shit.
I'm not gonna
Norway.
lie, I can't do that right now. I'm looking for um I'm looking for the fucking schedule. I shouldn't be swearing this early in the video, but I'm trying to find the video.
Yeah, Bodo Glimt. They're called Bodo Glimt. They beat Roma 6-1 in the Conference League. They're the team that had the guy that was friends with in Holland's music video.
Oh yeah.
That team, yeah. So don't sleep on the Norwegian league, but hopefully they compete in the first. They get promoted. Um, Also that caused some controversy because obviously community because Akinola. I don't can't remember this. I'll try to find. I think he just said first one out with like
Oh yeah.
cheers.
Oh, so now
Cheer.
we're already into the fucking TFC stuff, right?
Well, no, I'm kind of transitioning it, yeah, because from the Julian Dunn thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we literally took. Did he take down? No, we didn't. Um, okay, it looks like he del. Oh no, yeah, first one out with like a thing in a heart, and then basically Ocalo like commented and basically people took it as well. It could be that, but I'm not gonna start some shit. But it could just he took it as oh, first one out, like we all want to leave TFC, and then basically all the Twitter people went like, crazy. The forums, the Canadian national team forums went off. Like people were saying that, and then they did an apology, or not an apology, but more like, "Yo, it's not like it's not that. It's not what you think it is." And people were saying it's bullshit. Also, people were like agreeing with him, like, "Yo, he's just saying like he's the first one of the young players to leave. He doesn't hate the club." So
Okay.
that was a whole thing.
Sorry. I can confirm Hamcam are promoted because they
Okay,
came
so there
top of
you
the
go.
table.
Hmm.
And their season's only 30 games. So yeah, they are champions. They also go up with Ailsund, and let's see who else got
How much
promoted
goals
here.
does Theo Bear have, or has he been playing?
Theo Bear.
Yeah,
Um,
check if he's been playing.
yeah, I can just look at this game, see if he even played. He scored a goal in Hamcam's last game. I'm assuming that was their last game.
When in doubt, check transfer market. People need to get on transfer market. If you want to get that,
Yeah,
that's
I
you want to
should be
get
on
some
transfer
information on the
market right
players.
now. I just went on SofaScore just to look at the league table because then I could see the next games that they have. So if we look at Theo Bear this season, 4 goals in 17 games.
But he's been okay? So he's been playing.
He's been playing, but he's not quite scoring, which is kind of worrying because it is the second division.
You're still
But he's
I
only
think
there
I'll
on loan
find
for
him on.
this year, right? So yeah,
I
he's going
think it was
back to
like a loan
Vancouver.
to buy.
Is it loan to buy? Because if
I think he think, but they're probably just gonna try to get him again.
yeah,
Um,
let's see what their top goal scorer is, maybe, and see from there if he's actually like making a difference or anything.
I'm just clicking on the team to see. Dude, they actually have
Oh
better North
wow,
American players. They have two American. They have American goalie, American center back.
Theo Bear is the. Oh, he literally only played like half the season.
So I'm saying he came. He didn't come. He came at the end.
He played 18 games, 4 goals, which is what
Wait, is he in the
one.
league with Skeed? No.
He's tied for fifth on their top goal scorers, and like most of the other guys here have only played like 33 games.
Only? I mean, played more than
Yeah, played
33
more.
games.
There's some Spanish center back who scored 3 goals for them. He looks pretty
Looks
overpowered.
like he dipped though.
Man's like Ramos. Did he dip? No. Ruben
I don't see him
Allegre?
here. I don't see him on the roster here.
Oh, he did dip. Oh, it was probably
Where
because
they
it's
just
the end of the season, right?
also looks like the guy that used to be the director of football at Vålerenga, was academy manager
Hmm.
at Mold. So yeah, shout out
And
to him.
actually, Theo Bear's his loan is expiring on the 31st of this year,
Hmm.
so he's still
But so we're talking.
technically there.
They're gonna try to re
Mm-hmm.
what's the word I'm looking for? Just oh my God, what's the word I'm trying to say? Bring him back.
Resign him.
Yeah. Well, not resign. Is the loan count as a
Reloan
signing?
him.
I guess.
You could reloan him.
Um, yeah. So kind of going to the TFC players. These ones it's a little more like it like happened, but they're not deals. First one is Jaquil. Um, Obviously we talked about it. I think it was 2 podcasts ago or the last one about how his agent or someone part of his agency or someone in his circle posted like a photo with him saying heading to Europe and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
people kind of got a hold of that. So people were speculating. Then he posted that he was in London, and I assumed it was London, just not, I assumed it was Fulham just because
Yeah.
there was some speculation of Fulham before when he was younger of him signing there, but apparently it is Arsenal U18s. Also heard I think it was also Club Bruges. I'm trying to find the exact tweet right here or tweets because there was multiple. We gotta find it here. Oh yeah.
Oh, should we also say our sources? It was some like
You want
Canada soccer feed,
trying to
thing.
find the exact tweet. But yeah, also shout out Jan Jepson commenting on his photo in London.
Mm-hmm.
I see you. Um, Also, if
Where's
you're gonna sign
Jefferson's in Sheffield, right?
Sheffield one, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
Sheffield's not quite close to London, so it's not like they'll be able to like hang out or
no, but
anything.
he could like yo Marcelo.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Marcelo though, he should. Do you think Marcelo's practicing with the 18s too? I doubt
no, I
it.
think he's higher, but he was with the Mexican team a while too long ago, so I don't know if he's still there. Um, but what's it called? He can't sign there any. I don't think he could sign there anyways because he's not. Depending on, I think because we still own him. Technically, we still own him. So if he were to leave now, it would have to be a transfer. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if how it works going to England when you're if you have to be 18
You have to
because
be
you're
18.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he even then he wouldn't be able to leave right away. And if he did, we still own him, so it'd have to be a contract. So TFC technically had to let him go on trial,
Mm-hmm.
like had to give permission to let him go on trial. But obviously, big things for him. They'll call Arsenal shit club all the time. Still,
Mm-hmm.
they have a good academy. So,
Yeah.
next one is Jaden Nelson. This one there was a confirmed video and everything. It's
I'm
posted
not
by
gonna
like
lie.
some
Did you see the video?
fan
Yeah, you
account.
definitely saw it. Did you like look
Well,
the
yeah,
whole
it's
thing
like it was
through?
like no, just well, yeah, it was like a small video. It was
Yeah.
just like him
Like,
showing.
bro, he didn't look that impressive from what I've seen.
There
Like,
was there was nothing there. It was just him walking. They were just
no,
showing
he
that
was
he
like
was
still
there.
getting open and stuff, and just like, look, I like Jaden Nelson the way he played for TFC, the few times he did
I like
play,
him.
but like, bro, the way he was training there for a second, like, bro, he
Waiting
could
for a
he could do
second.
better. Like, bro, you got to defend.
What did you even
I understand
see?
he's a
Like,
right winger, bro. The fucking video.
dude, it was literally it was literally a shot of him like just turning around or some shit. Like,
I don't think you watched the full video. It's like 30 seconds. It's like a minute, no?
it says Nelson Luna. There's like one where he goes,
It's 36 seconds.
yeah, and then
Oh,
he's
he
asking
got
for the
internet.
pass, and then someone doesn't pass it. He's like, oh, and they just pass it back. So then he just shuffles to the left, and they don't pass it to him again, and they're just passing it around. He's just waiting there.
He did
Then he's
get
just jogging. Then he's
around
just jogging
16
back.
seconds in. He did do well to like get
Then
open.
he just presses the goalie when his
But
team
that
is there, and
is
that's
he
it. Yeah,
is he
there's like
running forward or is he tracking back? No,
he's
he's
running to
going
the
forward.
yeah
At
running to the
25
his
seconds.
yeah 25 seconds. He's running to
It just didn't look
to the
impressive.
net.
Maybe they were just
Didn't
hiding
look
a bunch of
impressive the
shit.
way he was jogging to the running to a net
Yeah, it didn't
when
look
his
like he
team
was.
was
It
there.
didn't look like he was trying to get there. That's what I'm trying to say. It just like
Okay, well
he
either
just
way,
looked
I
slow.
kind of thought that it was like done for him in terms of being that high prospect guy. Like I even said, like I think that thought that like York United would pick him up on a loan or something.
Hmm.
Um, because I thought that TFC were done with him. Maybe TFC are done with him. I doubt they are based off this, but maybe they are. Um, but I'm trying to find the article where it talked about. Yeah, okay, so the article, because the article said something good here was someone translated it, and I'm trying to find the translation. Dun, 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 dun.
Wait, who are we talking about again?
Jaden Nelson there
Oh yeah.
was looking at the article, and I'm just trying to find. the translation of the article, or you could just put in. I'm just gonna put in. Um,
Well, what article
on
is it?
it's like the tweet it's tagging in that video.
Okay, okay, okay.
It's quoting. There's an article, and I'm gonna put that into translate because
I
it
don't
said
even
something
have
about
that.
him being good at the thing. Yeah. Matches to give playing time U21 core players who have been less obviously. Oh, for yeah, I was also U21s. Who have been less often in the league. Anderlecht organized a friendliest match between evenings between their hosts and those of Neighbor and Molenbeek. This match is 1-2-1, also an opportunity for recruiting unit to test two players stopped on the American continent. Coach Ruben Veldman had the opportunity during the training match to see less often.
Okay, hold up.
Translation's probably weird. I'm
Jaden
trying to find the
Nelson,
part.
and a sparking from Toronto, FC Toronto, who left the best impression thanks to a certain technical
Okay, there
ease
you
and
go.
good handling of the ball. He was lined up in the middle of the game, and showed smart moves
Yeah.
that took him to the finishing zone several times. Did he score? Did he not? I
No, they
think
would have
that's
said
the
if he
only time
scored.
they talk about Jaden Nelson.
But that's literally the other stuff they're just talking. They just said he was one of the better players.
Prevailed 2-1 thanks from goals from Mikaz following a high recovery from a penalty forced by the and they didn't say who scored the second goal. So it
Anyways,
looks like Jaden
but
Nelson played the entire game, but it looks like he was playing as more of an attacking
then
midfielder, maybe,
this is interesting.
from what I'm seeing.
I think that's cool. I don't think we've seen him play down the middle, but I like that.
Hmm.
Obviously, like I said before, he was supposed to do really well. I kind of gave up on him just because TFC did, but looks like he's gonna. Hopefully, he makes this move.
Hmm.
Because that would really help him. Belgium's also becoming kind of like a spot for Canadians now to make a step to Europe. So
Yeah.
that's kind of nice because like Belgium's kind of trusting some of that Canadian youth, which is nice.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So that's it for Jaden Nelson. In terms of other news, pretty much confirmed. We're gonna go over this, but it was pretty much confirmed. Altidore. It. Wait, he was actually fully released. I thought that was just like he was
Well,
just is, or is this a
from
question?
from what I'm seeing,
I
is
thought he
that
was
he's
just
to be officially released, right?
yeah. But he
And
hasn't been. He can't
if
officially be released yet.
yeah, and if he comes back, he will be resigned as a non-DP, and that's a
Yeah.
big if, right?
Well, yeah.
Because his
It's pretty
contract's just
much
too fucking
conclusion
big.
that he's gone.
Yeah.
Um,
The
Giovinco wants to come back.
Yes, he did post on his Instagram
It was
story.
like some
He
shit.
posted an article about how he talks about how him and how he was interviewed, and he talks about he wants to join TFC and help them out. And I think it does say in the article, but it said in the tweet that I got the info from, that he wants to come back, but he doesn't want to get paid DP money. He wants to get paid somewhat close to it though. So I don't know exactly how
I
that's
mean,
gonna work.
I mean,
Maybe some
yeah,
tan.
we just have to like. I don't know why we'd waste that much money if because he's not that bro for in the
Saudi
Saudian league.
Arabians, yeah.
He scored like one goal like the whole like 2 seasons he was there or something like that.
I'll look at his stats right now for you.
So he hasn't been lighting up and he hasn't even been playing anymore. If anything, you should be like so you shouldn't be getting near DP money.
Is it called the Professional League? The Saudi Arabian League?
Just going
He
like
had
he's
50.
literally a free agent right now.
Okay, we'll look all seasons, and then we'll just look season by season. He scored 1 goal, 4 assists in 21 games last year.
That was the one I was talking about. Yeah, he played like shit last
He
year.
scored 1 goal in the King's Cup and 1 assist in 4 games. 1 goal, 1 assist in the AFC Champions League. 7 goals, 7 assists in 26 games. 2 seasons ago, before the season before COVID, or during COVID, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The season before that, he scored 2 goals and 4 assists, which was his first season. Or sorry, that's in the Champions League. 4 goals, 1 assist in regular season. For his first season.
That's what I'm saying. He's
I,
like he
bro,
doesn't,
I
and he
still
hasn't
think we
been
take a
playing.
chance. I think we just take a chance
Not
on him.
near DP money. That's we're not gonna. I don't
No,
think
but
we
like
take a
pay. We
chance.
have the money to pay him. Pay him.
And we don't need that. We do not need that.
Might
Some
as
guy who's
well.
just gonna freaking stand there and do nothing all
It's just
game.
extra insurance. If we could get him for cheap, not close to
But we're not gonna
DP.
get him for cheap. That's not cheap.
No, but if we could get
Just
him
close
for
to DP
somewhat
is
cheap.
not cheap.
Look, just because he says that he wants close to DP money doesn't mean he's gonna get close to DP money. I'm pretty sure Giovinco's at the point where he'll take what he could get. and if we could pick him up for somewhat cheap, but the thing is, I could only see this
Even then, I
happening
don't want him.
if the next transfer goes through.
He's a club legend, might be the best all-time MLS, but still, I don't think I want him right now. He's old, hasn't played in a year. Last time he played in a worse league, he got 1 goal in 21 games. Like,
Bro, you got to take a chance on a club legend sometimes. I think you do it.
no,
Cause,
the
bro,
only way I'll
what else are we
do it
gonna
is if
do?
you want to do
What
sign a
else are we
1-day
gonna do?
contract to retire, huh?
What else are they gonna do? They're like
Or we're going down the list
the
again.
TFC are fucked.
They're gonna sign. They're gonna try to freaking sign a big DP, like Insigne.
Well, yeah,
They're not
we're
gonna.
gonna we
They're
should
not gonna.
just talk about him
We
next,
just
right?
had the worst season in our freaking history. I think one of the.
No,
I don't know.
one of the
One
worst.
of the worst in our history. And we're gonna sign a freaking 30-year-old who hasn't played a full season, who got 1 goal in the Saudi Arabian League just because he's a club legend. You think that's gonna save it?
It's
No
not gonna
shot.
save it, but like next season's fucked too. You're not gonna fucking sign a player who's gonna completely revitalize the team like that. Like even Insigne,
Yes, you can.
realistically, if you sign Insigne, what's next? You're gonna have to sign center backs if you want to be a complete team.
Yeah, you're gonna sign
We
a
only
center
have
back, but
two.
still,
We only have two center backs that are on contract right now, and I think
yeah,
who is it? Mavinga and who's the fucking other one?
it's Mavinga.
No, there's a second one. Don't we? Gonzalez is off contract, isn't he? We have someone else, another center
Pretty
back
sure it
on
was
contract, but it's
done,
probably a
but
youth player. It might have been done that they were talking about.
double check.
Because like, bro, Toronto
Done.
FC are in the mud.
It might be Luke. No, I think it was done.
Because was
I think
done
it was
an
done.
actual transfer, or was it a free?
I think it was an actual transfer.
They might have just been talking about Kmar Lawrence, low key. We have two
No, it
players,
wasn't.
or maybe I could see Okello playing
No, it was
center
a
back.
free transfer. It was a transfer, but it was a free transfer.
Yeah, okay.
For Julian Dunn. But yeah, Insigne.
If you look at the latest rumors on transfer market, which are very highly reliable, it does say Insigne is the top rumor and then Giovinco's right after. I could definitely see us signing Insigne, but he's gonna want other Italians at the team, so we're gonna sign Giovinco. I could see that happening.
I don't think he would need other Italians. Like Giovinco came and he didn't need other Italians.
Because bro, who else is Italian on this team? Perusa?
You don't need to sign more Italians. Giovinco came when he was still at Juventus and he was like 27. He came. He didn't ask for other Italians.
You never know though. You got to be prepared, right?
And if he did, they're not gonna bring him. They're not gonna want to start him. And Insigne would want to start him. We're not gonna start Giovinco. Old ass. But yeah, Insigne wants TFC likely looks like Napoli's not willing to offer him the money that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
TFC is. It's reportedly um it would be the biggest contract in MLS history. So
Yeah.
that would be big. Um
We have the money, right? The MLSE is fucking loaded.
well yeah, obviously the
And
MLC
there's
has money.
is there no cap for DP contracts?
Pretty sure the DP means you could sign him for as much money as you can, as we
Perfect.
want. I'm pretty sure. I don't know the exact what a DP stands for in MLS.
Wait, who the fuck do they even have on? Who do we have under contract right now currently? Perusa, Achara, Dwyer, Altidore, but we just talked about that.
Yeah, so it's just you could sign players who exceed the maximum cap,
Yeah,
and
I'm
they would count as 480
looking at
or
some of the players we
180,000.
have. We do have some big contracts still, but a lot of them are still on like low contracts. Like Richie Larea has one of the shittiest contracts on TFC.
Well, not the shittiest. He's still making good money.
It's
It's
good for
just
TFC, but like for him, like no, he's
well,
making
obviously he's
like
probably gonna make a move.
bro, isn't he making like $150,000 or some shit
Do
a
you not
year?
have? Don't you have? Didn't you have the list?
I'm not looking at the list right now. I'm just looking at transfer market. And I don't think they
I don't
exactly
remember.
say how much the
Hmm.
contract is worth.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, he's probably gonna make a move before the season. Um, but like he said, him and Ozo kind of said it has to be the right move. They're not just gonna leave just because it's Europe. It has to be the right move. So it has to be a right team, right amount of playing time, right league.
Hmm.
Yeah. So obviously the not the big source, but the big kind of tweet came out was that the Napoli that Insigne is 75% likely to accept the record-breaking offer.
Mm-hmm.
He's been holding out for a better offer in Europe, preferably to stay in Italy, but the offer is pale in comparison to TFC's offering, bigger than Giovinco. Um, but obviously that wasn't a super reliable source. It's someone with 8,000 followers, so it's not like he's nobody.
Okay,
But
so hold up.
and then
Carlos
walking the
Vela,
red, who is
Carlos Vela has received an annual base salary of 6.5 million US dollars, right? That's the biggest contract in MLS right now.
Mm-hmm.
Insigne current contract, right? If they do it by week, it's fucked. Oh, I think they do. Napoli are currently offering a salary of 50% less than what he wants. Okay, you keep on talking while I find the salary.
Okay. Yeah, and then the more reliable source or one to take is Walking the Red, um, which just tweeted basically saying that NC in Toronto is heating up. Um, Click on the article. Shout out to Walking the Red to put them in the bio. Oh, what's this? Um, Basically, yeah, I'm trying to find. Yeah, so basically Napoli doesn't want to pay,
Are
and
Inter
NCAA is gonna
Milan, or sorry, are Inter Milan just not willing to buy him anymore?
Inter Milan.
Yeah, because
Were
I'm
they was
looking at a
that were they
thing.
the ones that wanted to offer him the money?
Yeah,
No,
no,
just no one
November
wants to
9th,
offer him the same amount as money.
November 9th, 2021. Inter are still pursuing Napoli captain Lorenzo Insigne for a summer move. Insigne's current deal with the Parnapoli is set to expire at the end of the year.
Yeah, he does like they won't offer him as much. So
Wait,
obviously
so
TFC is willing to.
oh, this is actually gonna like beat the bank by a lot, right? So um what I'm seeing is Napoli are only willing to offer 5 million euros per year, right?
Hmm.
Including bonuses.
Hmm.
So 5 million euros into USD. That's 5.65 million, right?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm just
but we're probably offering him even more.
5.65 million USD to CAD, which is 7.2 million Canadian. Are we just
Okay.
straight up going to offer him like 10,
Yeah, I don't know.
15 Canadian, which is going to
I don't
be
know. They know if like you saw what happened to Giovinco, like Insigne was just like playing for the Italian. Like Giovinco was like he wasn't starting that much for Juventus and stuff,
mhm.
and that's why they signed him. But like Insigne is like a mainstay in like the Italian
Uncultured. Did
squad.
you
He's the cap.
did you just
What?
see did you hear the way that you said Juventus? You were
Why do you
like
have to say Juve?
Juventus.
So,
Come on, it's Juve. Come on.
um, yeah. So Insigne is like a mainstay in the Italian squad
Mhm.
in the recent times, and he's the captain of Napoli. So like you saw what happened when Juventus signed, how crazy the crowd went with all the Italian people in the city, let alone
Mhm.
the
Well, yeah.
teal and Italian descent went crazy. So
See,
if Insigne comes, you're gonna get so much, you're gonna fill the stadium so much
mhm.
more, even if you're not winning MLS Cup. Just that alone
Like
is how much shit you're gonna sell, how much that's gonna help your brand alone will
mhm.
help so much.
I'm looking
That's
at
why.
I'm looking at Giovinco's stats throughout his entire career. He did the
Hmm.
best at Parma, and that was in 2011, 2012. He scored
Hmm.
15 goals, 13 assists in 36 games
Hmm.
in the league. I'm not going to be looking at other competitions, but he also did the season before that he scored 7 goals, 6 assists. And then you start looking towards the end of his Juventus career. He had one decent season, 31 games,
Hmm.
7 goals, 8 assists in the Serie A. But then you go further up.
Hmm.
Uh, let's see, Serie A,
But the
17
other club that
games,
I heard
7
was
games.
that was interested was Newcastle, so they have the money now. So
Newcastle for what, Insigne?
yeah,
I don't. I could see that transfer happening, but like I kind of, obviously I don't want it to
I mean they
happen,
have
but I
them
could
so
see
much
it.
money now. Um, what was it? I was gonna say
And we already
something and
talked
now
about
I
the
come.
Akinola mistake, right?
No, I know, but I was trying to talk. I was gonna say something about yeah. So it's be interesting too because it what happens with because he wants to be in the World Cup squad for 2022 and They might not call him because MLS. Obviously, that was a whole thing with Giovinco where that season where he lit it up TFC, and then Conte basically said he didn't want it basically because he was in the MLS. He wouldn't call him up.
Yeah.
Um, that and they ended up doing shit that year too.
Hmm.
Italy. I think that was that the year they
Didn't even qualify.
2016.
Yeah.
That was the year they failed to qualify. Was it 26? No, that was not the year he
2016
lit.
was the Euros.
Yeah, but what was the year that he lit it up? There was the was it 2015
How
where
many
he
goals
won
did he
like
score?
MVP, broke the record.
That is 2015.
Find it. Was it 2015?
22 goals, 16 assists. Season after 17-15. Season after that 16-8. And then his last year 13-8.
Is it not 14-15? Or is it
14-15 was the year
15-6?
he signed for TFC.
Is that not the breakout
And
year or
that's the
no?
year he broke out. 2015. That season, to 2015 season he broke out.
I thought it was like 14 the summer of 14-15 is when he broke the records.
No, it was 2015. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the stats right here. 22 goals, 16 assists.
Yeah, that's saying 14-15 for me.
It's technically a part of the European 14-15 season because that's when the MLS season
Then
started, but it's 2015.
15-16 here says 17. So I
Because what are you looking at it on?
transfer market.
How does it say 14-15 season for you MLS? It's MLS season's only during 1 year.
It says filter by season and it says 14/15.
Oh, I'm just looking at all seasons, and then you get a better view of like
No, I
everything.
just went because I wanted to go by every season and see. Yeah, because he was barely playing it. Like so, basically, Conte basically said that year that he wasn't good enough because he wants players that challenge himself. And basically, said he wasn't challenging himself. So then,
Mhm.
like, that's something that Cine has to think about too. Because if he wants to be in that World Cup, so obviously he's a different coach and different times, but still,
Mhm.
um, that's something. So, one thing about Javinko, though, he did have that cool tattoo.
Yeah.
Winnipeg won the Grey Cup, so shout out
Just now.
Winnipeg.
Fuck
Yeah,
Winnipeg.
because I know
I'm
Matthew's
kidding.
favorite Canadian city.
So yeah.
Okay. Um,
Second
do, do,
favorite,
do.
Leamington, Ontario is my number one.
Leamington, Ontario.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
basically Windsor.
No, it's Lemming. It's close, but it's not quite. It's like saying like Scarborough's just Toronto. Yeah, it's basically Toronto. Like, isn't it its own city? Or like saying
Yeah, it literally
Mississauga or some
it's
shit.
that I was gonna say Scarborough is part of Toronto, but Leamington has literally has like
Yeah,
a
but people
population
from
of what like
Scarborough tell you they're
20K.
from Scarborough. Like on Wikipedia, it says they're from Scarborough, not from Toronto.
Dude, isn't Leamington only have like 20K population?
Okay, let's not get into Leamington, Ontario. Let's jump into York
Like
United.
Scarborough's population is like 700K probably,
Let's
or like
jump into
six
York
hundred five
United
hundred
because we
k
just got a little bit of information. Well, a little bit of news
That was
coming
just
in.
people resigning.
Yeah. So
Um,
basically, for York United, they exercised options on
yeah,
Chris and Saw and Wilson.
and Wilson, yeah.
So
Mhm.
they're basically re-signed for next year, or at
Uh,
least it could be
both,
a 2 year
yeah.
option. We don't know,
Could be
but
freaking 20 years. It's
yeah,
so we don't know.
technically it could. But
Yeah.
we're assuming it's 1 year, so we have them both for an extra year.
Yeah. Makes sense. Ansah
Mhm.
was pretty much mainstay at right back, and Wilson had a really good end of the season.
Yep.
So that makes sense for the way we re-signed. Hopefully,
Hmm.
well, not hopefully. Honestly, I won't even be that mad if we don't make a big signing because we still have the ones that have to come in that we weren't able to come last year because of COVID and some other stuff. And hopefully, I want the younger players to take a step. So
Yeah, facts.
that's what I want for next season.
Okay. And obviously, we talked about the CPL final. We did a little preview, I
We
think,
did the preview.
last week.
No, I don't think I swear I talked about, it, but you're saying we did the preview, so I'm
We
just
did
gonna
the
trust
preview.
that
I
we.
don't think. Did we talk about it?
Um,
Whatever. We're talking about it again.
hmm
Um, Forge played Pacific. Pacific won 1-0.
Yeah,
Shout out Alessandro Hajaparor. Is that how you say
I
it?
don't know how to say it. He's a young guy though.
Yeah, I think he scored a header off of a corner in
Young
the
guy.
59th
No,
minute.
yeah, no, it wasn't a corner. I think it was like a free kick. I'm pretty sure. It
Oh, okay.
was like a free kick near the corner spot.
Mm-hmm. And then one key thing that happened at the end of the game, Omar Brown got sent off for a second yellow.
Yep, the
He had a
Panamanian.
foul in the 17th minute, but in the 91st minute he had an argument with or like he started a fight or something.
Mhm.
So that was also a thing. But yeah, other than
Omar
that,
Brown, man, where's number 10 for Panama playing for Forge FC?
not gonna lie, there's
Anyways,
it's kind of just well then again it's nice having someone who plays on Panama in
I
the
know, but I'm saying that we're
CPL.
at the point now where like the number 10 for Panama
Yeah,
plays for in CPL.
the league's
Like he,
growing. That's one thing this season's really
obviously,
like shown that
we're gonna
even
have
with
like
COVID and
three
stuff.
teams next year in the Champions League.
Yeah,
CONCACAF Champions League,
and also we do
hopefully.
have an expansion update for
hmm
um the CPL. Basically, Mark how do you say his last name?
I don't know how to say it.
I think it's supposed to be is it Callahan, but they misspelt it because I just like copied from what
Mm,
Col okay. So basically the president of the CPL said we've got 3 or 4 other clubs that we are talking to today. When he was asked about potential expansions, and I'm not gonna lie, 3 or 4. Imagine having like 4 more teams. Well, basically 5 or 6 teams
Makes
because of
sense.
the 2 other teams that we have coming in. Like
That's
this
kind of what
league's
they want to do. I
growing.
wouldn't be surprised if like 75% of those are just going to be in Ontario,
hmm
honestly.
You think they're all gonna be in Ontario?
Like 75% of those.
Because
Because if we're
I
not,
there's
if
definitely
those
one
are
in
not, if
Montreal.
that's not counting the Vancouver and Saskatchewan
No, it
team,
isn't.
I
It
bet
isn't.
you three. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if three of those are in Ontario.
Really?
If they put one in like
I could
freaking
only see one being in
London,
Ontario.
Ontario. No, I could see more than one because you kind of already have your Maritimes team. The only team they
Yeah,
would
but why not? Why just
put
have
is your
one
Montreal
maritime
team
team?
because I don't think other places have the resources to
Hmm.
do it. Like I mean, if you want, but I don't think they're gonna do it. I think they're
Because I
just put it,
think I think they could
especially
have a
people
team
that
in
are
St.
investing.
John's.
They're gonna Are they gonna invest in like a St. John's team where they're gonna look at the population, like just gonna see Ontario and see
Yeah.
population, a city with like 600K people, and then be like, I'm
Mm.
gonna go there. So they're gonna put in like London. Simcoe Rovers is trying to
Yeah, that might
work
be
in
one of the teams he's talking about actually. Um,
which for some reason we
now,
always chant the United fans always chant we hate Simcoe
do you
Rovers and I don't
think
understand why.
do
But
you think it's possible for them for 2 expansion teams in Quebec, one possibly in Montreal, one in Quebec City? And if you think there's only going to be one,
it
which
would be
city do you think it has
Laval.
priority?
It would be Laval, which is basically like Mississauga for Montreal.
Yeah.
So it would probably be Laval.
You don't see
And
Quebec
then I
City
would
getting any
think
respect?
I don't probably not.
No?
If it is, it's gonna be one of the two. I don't think they would do both. If anything, maybe they will like future, but I think it's probably gonna be Laval.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'd probably put like a team in London, Ontario, and like Peterborough,
Mm-hmm.
Kingston, or some shit like that. Or I wouldn't be surprised if they put one in they count Brampton, London, Kitchener, like one of those.
Mm-hmm. So
And
Toronto's going to
then
basically become the new London in like terms of soccer, like with the sheer
mm,
amount of teams they have in London.
well, yeah,
Because
but there's kind
Manchester,
of different because like freaking all of England could fit in it's a three like England's could fit into a fucking Ontario.
well, yeah, like
So
if you look at like where everyone's populated in Ontario, it's kind of like that's probably the size of the UK. You think?
yeah, well yeah, if you put the UK, where's that thing where you could like there's like a map and you can move countries on top of other countries to see because apparently the map like it deceives you like if you put countries over other countries they're actually way smaller.
TrueSize.com. I think that's what it is.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna search up England because we don't care about Northern Ireland or Scotland in this
Yeah, and
example.
it's like it shows you how let me see if I could grab the UK here. England. Oh no, would have to put UK.
Do you?
Yeah, I have to put United Kingdom. Okay.
And just drag that over here. Actually, it's not.
You would need you would need like three of them to focus. If you go, it's just the southern part,
The
all the
southern
right, and then you
part
put
of
all
the
the way.
UK. So like, where's the line? Is it the Midlands? So like Leeds? No, Leeds is.
Hmm.
I think Leeds is like the
I'm just
divide
talking about
between
England in
northern.
general. You could UK in general. You could put three of them in Ontario.
Yeah, I wish it. So the distance from Toronto to North to like Sudbury is basically the distance from uh
I mean, dude,
Portsmouth
if you get
to,
Canada, put it over Europe. Like that just shows you how big fucking Canada is.
well, yeah.
It's basically like all of fucking Europe.
Yeah, just bring that over here. Yeah, but if you put it to Africa, look at the size of Canada compared to Africa. Like, bro,
That's still
Mali
big.
in Africa is huge. Libya's huge. Actually, Libya still has a bit of the thing. But bro, Democratic Republic of Congo is huge. That shit
Hmm.
goes from like Victoria to Winnipeg to like the
Who?
no the Democratic Republic of Congo. Like if you put them
DRC.
over
Mm-hmm.
Africa, they're fucking
Mm-hmm.
huge. Even Saudi Arabia is huge.
So I'm saying like the map Europe's such finances. Like if you stop Canada everywhere else, like you'd see the size, and then once you put them in Europe, they do like expand like crazy.
Bro, put Canada like where Argentina is, like next to Argentina, and look at how weird it is. Cause like they make the southern bit of Canada look
Yeah.
huge, so that straight line
Dude,
is
it
really
might
exaggerated.
put that shit in
Toronto
the
looks
North Pole and
huge.
see how fucking weird that
Oh
looks.
yeah, it does look
Shit.
weird. Yeah, even like South America,
Dude, let me see what
South.
like I'm trying to look Portugal size compared to ours shit. Like if I put
Okay,
Portugal
we're
to
getting off
Canada.
topic. We're getting off topic. We're getting off topic. Okay. So James, have you
I'm
heard
trying to
anything
see
on the
this shit now.
Saskatchewan team?
No. Holy shit. Sorry, I'm just looking at this shit. Bro, they're
So
fucking like the size of fucking
James, let's get on track. Let's get on track. Um,
holy
so
shit.
Saskatchewan's guaranteed a team in the CPL.
Well, yeah, they announced it like what
Haven't
was it,
heard
2 years
they
ago?
yeah, they announced it so long ago. Haven't heard anything since.
Well, yeah, you have to. It's not fucking. You don't build a club in one day. They have to
Yeah,
fucking
but
put all the money
The
in. They don't
Langford
even have a
team,
stadium yet.
the Langford team is already
Well, it
coming in
hasn't been confirmed. Langford,
2023.
it was Vancouver, but
No, it's Langford. They're playing out of
yeah, but they
Langford.
said they said I swear, wasn't it? Didn't they say Vancouver in the announcement? So
Yeah.
it could be anywhere in near Vancouver.
No, but they clarified it's Langford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they're coming in 2023. So, not next year, the year after,
2023.
which is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing another team in the Canadian Premier League again.
Hmm.
This was Atletico Ottawa's first season, right?
I just don't understand why they would do Langford because like Langford is on Victoria Island, so I don't like
Is it?
the one that
That's
yeah,
what
the
I
one that
saw.
makes sense would have been the one where they said that what was that one place called where they
Or is
said they were gonna
Langford where
talking about Langley, BC?
maybe?
Because Langley is east of Vancouver.
Bro, I swear I saw Langford.
Yeah, no, if you I'm just saying what
I'm
it's interesting that they put on the same island on Victoria Island too.
Control F.
Because
Sorry about that.
the Fraser Valley one, like I thought was the one that made the most sense.
Oh, what the fuck? I swear it was Langford. Maybe I was caught between reading two things at once because I was doing that.
Because I swear
That one's on me.
Langford is where Pacific play. I'm pretty sure that's where Pacific plays. Is it not? Isn't that where Pacific FC plays?
I have no clue. Oh, they still don't actually have a team. I don't
Yeah,
think.
Pacific plays in Langford. So that yeah, I don't know where we got that one, but maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe they're building two. I don't know.
And I swear my
Like
professor told me like some port name, like or fort, like Fort something.
the only one I know was Fraser Valley.
I actually don't think that we have an actual team yet, like an actual location. So scratch that.
But
But yeah,
that's what I was saying. They said Vancouver, so it could be anywhere. But the
the
one I
team
saw
near
was like Fraser
Vancouver
Valley.
is coming in 2023,
Yeah.
which is going to be interesting.
Mhm.
Do you want to talk about the MLS final? Because that happened
Um.
the other
Yeah, I was
day.
actually at my grandma's house when that happened. Uh, it was a pretty crazy game. I only watched the extra time and shootout because I didn't even know what was going on until I
Hmm.
saw something on Twitter, and then haven't been watching MLS ever since TFC's just been in the bin.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, they were like it was like scored. I think it was pretty early. Castellanos kind
Yeah,
of a schmuck.
I hate him so
But
much.
whatever.
Me and my brother hate
Um,
him so much.
I'm like, all right, he's a little bit of a schmuck though. Um, yeah, he had the golden boot. He scored. I think it was early. I don't know exactly what time, but he scored pretty early.
Hmm.
Then in like the 94th, I think it was like the last 10 seconds, Mira, the Chilean striker for Portland, scored like it was like a scramble in front of the net. Some
Hmm.
people also said it should have been a foul. One of the players he like elbowed the the Luxembourg defender. I don't remember his name. I think it's Chanot.
Yeah, it should know.
I think that's who they said he fouled, but I can't remember. You can watch the video on
Hmm.
Twitter or YouTube. You can find it. Um, but yeah, so that was like crazy. At home in the 90th, 94th minute, you tie the game. They all jump each other. Sick. Who doesn't
Hmm.
love drama? And then they lose the penalty shootout.
Yeah.
But in terms of extra time, like everyone was kind of just pussy to take risks, and it
Hmm.
wasn't sending men forward, and everyone was just like stalemating. So it was like it wasn't nothing crazy in extra time. But yeah, I know what it likes to lose penalty shot at home, and it's not fun.
Hmm.
I was there for the win and the loss, and the loss was fucking shit. But shout out to New York City fans. They had like all of them had like they were holding like those cardboard. What I don't even know what you would call
Cardboard
those.
cutouts of like
Yeah,
players'
cuts, and it was
heads.
like and it had Timberlands on it,
Oh,
and they were just
they
all holding it, which is funny.
didn't
So
have
shout out
anything with like Bing Bong.
Bing Bong. No, but I saw there was like some like on the streets or something when they were celebrating. Like people were saying that. Obviously, it's not like on the
Wait,
level
where
of
was the
like
game again? Was it in
is in
Portland?
Portland.
Yeah.
Um,
You want to jump into your
we
favorite
yeah, but that was the
attacker
final.
or sorry, center back?
I mean striker, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Eriq Zavaleta, LA Galaxy is interested in
mm-hmm.
signing Eric again because I'm pretty sure he was on there before.
I don't know. I think he was at
Was it Chivas?
Chivas. Yeah, Chivas.
Which
America.
technically was LA, but
Yeah. I'll also look just in case because
we
he
got a
might have
fact
been.
check, BAR check.
Obviously, got to go to
Chatty with you.
transfer market.
Oh, he went to IMG Academy. What the fuck?
Oh, what the fuck?
Okay.
Seattle
Uh,
Sounders, San Antonio,
yeah, it's Chivas.
Chivas.
Chivas, which is basically LAFC, not LA Galaxy, but
Hmm.
yeah, so basically Greg, which pretty much kind of proves that Greg Vanney is the one that got him there. Doesn't
Yeah.
100%, but it's most likely.
Well, the
Um,
tweet that I got this info from did say that it was like a LA Galaxy fan account, and
yeah.
they did mention that he's his nephew. So
Yeah, well,
it
we
looks
talked
like
about this
that's
before
a
though.
major factor. Did we?
We talked about this before that how he was probably when he was at TFC, it was because he was a nephew.
Yeah, but like
But
it's
it
like
wasn't 100% confirmed because we re-signed him after Vanney left. So it was like maybe it was TFC that it was just, but now
Mhm.
he's signing with them, so
Well, to be
kind
fair,
of proves our
Zavaleta
theory.
did the best while Greg Vanney was here, in my opinion.
You mean did the best? He was our best center back?
No, like he
No.
did better. He did better
Oh, obviously he did
when
better.
Vanney was here compared to the other
Well,
coaches.
everyone just did shit this year. Um, so I'll
But
let him
yeah, if you
off
don't
for that.
understand
Because everyone was shit this
why
year.
we said striker, because in Football Manager they have him as like he could play as a striker, so it's a bit of a
Go play
meme.
Football Manager. Sponsor.
Well, yeah, before the podcast, my I was on my computer doing work and I saw that you popped up on the fucking thing. I'm like, this schmuck.
I wasn't. I didn't play FM today.
It said you were online.
Oh, I was online. I had my Steam's open, but I wasn't playing FM today.
Uh,
I played
um,
yesterday though. Shout out Hamburg. I bought Hamburg for a certain reason. Sneak peek on something. Okay.
oh.
Whoa. What's that
So
for?
you want to talk about MLS
MLS Next Pro.
Next
Yeah, I
Pro?
don't know lots of information, but I know some of it,
Okay,
so
so I
I'll
read
kind of.
like their article when they were introducing it.
I know kind of what it's for, but
Hmm.
I don't know exactly what
Okay,
happened.
perfect. Let me tell you what it's for. So there's
It's
21
for the
teams
well, it's
that
for
are
the
going to be.
second teams basically.
Yeah. Okay. Let me talk
Go
about it.
for it. Go for it. Go
Okay,
for
so
it.
there's 21 teams. The 20 of them are MLS like two teams. So like you were saying, it's just like their B teams.
Yeah.
And Rochester, New York City, New York FC are on
Hmm.
the MLS Next Pro. They're launching in 2022, so next year. Like I said before, MLS second teams. Um,
Hmm.
and
Rochester, New
Rochester are
York City.
considered an
Yeah.
independent club team.
Owned by Jamie
MLS
Vardy.
net. They also have. Wait, I think there's more information on thing.
They're owned by Jamie Vardy.
Yeah,
Owned by Jamie
Rochester's Jamie
Vardy.
Vardy's team. Um, I thought the rest of the teams were going to come in later. So there's only 20 MLS two teams, but I heard the other ones are going to be coming in as they set up their academies and their
Mm.
second teams.
Well, yeah, not everybody, but most people have it.
Hmm.
And most of them play in the USL. Like off the top of my head, the ones that I know.
I could
Toronto FC
I could
obviously
go
has
team by
one.
team if you want and
Red
tell them.
Bull. No, but I'm trying to remember. But I had to see which ones I remember. Who has the teams in all the USLs? TFC, Red Bull, New England, Inter Miami, um, LA Galaxy, and then I'm trying to see Real
Believe it or
Salt
not,
Lake. Real Salt Lake.
Red Bull aren't here. Believe it or
Don't
not,
they have their B team?
they have New York City here, but they don't have the
What?
the there isn't the other New York. It's just they're probably just not in the MLS Next Pro for
Philadelphia.
now.
Okay, but I'm talking about people that have B
Yes,
teams right now in
yes,
the
yes,
USL. That's what
yes,
I was saying.
yes, yes.
Um, yeah, because I'm trying to have a map here that has all the teams, and I was trying to see which one. Yeah, because I think Toronto FC, New York Red Bulls, Philadelphia Union, obviously one of the best ones.
Hmm.
New England Revolution has their team. Um, Miami, and then Real Monarchs, the Real Salt Lake has. I think LA Galaxy has theirs. I don't think Seattle has it. I don't think Portland has it. I don't think Minnesota is like one of the worst academies. I don't think Chicago has it. I don't think Columbus, no Cincinnati, no Nashville. Atlanta, I think has one. FC Dallas just loans their players to like other Texas clubs.
Hmm.
Austin doesn't have one. Houston doesn't have one. Colorado.
So do you want me to tell you
Quicks,
what
I
teams
think
are
that's,
in?
isn't it almost all, basically almost all of them?
Basically, so there's two conferences. The Western Conference has one more team. So Colorado, Dallas, Houston, Kansas City, Minnesota, Portland, Real Salt Lake, San Jose, Seattle,
Hmm.
St. Louis, and Vancouver are all in the Western
This is in the
Conference.
West. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Eastern Conference, we got Chicago, Cincinnati, Columbus, Miami, New England, New York City FC. Well, it says New York City. I'm assuming it's New York City FC,
Yeah,
but it might
obviously, yeah.
be
No,
um,
it's definitely gonna be.
Red Bull.
No, assuming New
Orlando,
York City.
Philadelphia, Rochester, and Toronto.
Yeah, I don't know why
Montreal is not here.
Charlotte's not there. Um,
But yeah, it's just a little interesting that
well, it says
that's going
here in
on.
2023, Atlanta, Austin, Charlotte,
Yes.
DC, LA, LFC, Nashville, Red Bulls are joined.
I forgot
So
where they
only
said that, but they
it's
said
literally
it
under
somewhere.
the conferences now.
Is it? Oh yeah, joining in 2023. There you go. Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, the
so yeah, no
I think
Montreal
MLS
or
Next was also a thing that was it's been like established for like a little bit, like
no, I think before the
2020
what
was its
the
first
academy
year.
system. Oh, but there was academy. I forgot what the academy thing was called. But the academy league was called MLS some or not. It was like I don't
MLS
remember what it's called.
Next, because that's what it was
I
called
don't.
last year.
I don't remember.
But it's basically just for academies in the MLS, but they also have some other elite academies that I do not know because I'm going to be honest, I scanned through this article.
I think it was MLS Next, but I can't remember. But yeah, they had Bear like I know like there's the San Diego Surf. I think is one team that's pretty good.
Hmm.
There's one in Pennsylvania like the one Pulisic was from.
Yeah.
Um, which Philadelphia Union and just disgusting at developing players
Hmm.
in terms of MLS compared to
Yeah.
everyone else. Um, but yeah, so that's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be like a thing where you could play players like it's an actual B team. Like you sign someone, they're not good enough for the first team. You could play them in the B team, like Gallardo did, for example, for us. He played a B team for a little bit.
Hmm.
Pretty sure.
It looks like
Um,
they're doing it so then it could
or
be
if
an
it,
actual B League.
or if it's like where it just doesn't be a rule like you can only play players U21, or if it's gonna be
Oh,
like Premier League 2 or something like
it's
that. I don't
probably
know.
in my opinion, I think it's going to be like a full-on B team.
Hmm.
But the thing is that I'm not sure about is that I'm not sure if you could just call players between the teams. Cuz like you could do that for like, if you're
Well, they do that
in
now.
England, you're allowed to send players up and down through their U23 team and
Yeah,
stuff.
obviously.
But
Hmm.
TFC we have to technically loan the players and stuff between
Yeah,
TFC too.
but if it's connected to if it has MLS in the name, then it's the same thing. Like Premier League 2 and Prem, like you could do it because it's Premier League.
Yeah,
USL's not under the MLS name, so that makes sense why they.
exactly.
But either way, they would call Jay Nelson like up and down all the time
Mhm.
before. So it was kind of just you just had to put the paper. It's like loaning them back in and back out all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, That's interesting. I wonder how some of the USL leagues cope with it too, because US, I think USL two is the one that has the most. I'm not sure. I'm honestly just fucking blabbering.
Mm-hmm.
Don't because I really don't know which USL is the most. But it's interesting to really see to see that. Obviously, hopefully we'll like clap cheeks in that league. Don't know if we will. Um, but that would be nice. Because East has some tough teams in it, but the West like. Oh, I just finished Vancouver is in there.
Yeah.
The West has Dallas. Obviously, Dallas is the powerhouse there. Um, Salt Lake has a good academy there. Seattle has a pretty decent academy too. Um, and then for us, like I'm looking here, like we should be clapping cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's Philadelphia, who's amazing
Yeah.
at developing youth, and then like we should be like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, get that shit out of here. Freaking Neville's son and Beckham's son playing on the team.
Mm.
Columbus has had some good players. I know Aiden. I think it's called Aiden Morge. Like he's supposed to be pretty good, but they're not stable. Cincinnati's freaking and
Oh,
Chicago's been doing better recently,
so
but I think
Rochester, Jamie
we could
Vardy
really.
co-owns it with
Oh, okay.
David and Wendy Dworkin.
hmm
Just letting you know.
Um, but yeah. So once they come in, like I know Atlanta will be interesting. DC is recent times had some guys, especially like kids like Paredes and Nyman,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty good. And obviously when Red Bulls comes in, it's gonna be, but pretty competitive. Well, I think it's gonna be competitive now, but I think we're gonna if it's based off just like young players, I think we would do really well in this league. If it's based off B teams, I don't know if there's like if it's like an actual trophy or a standings, or if it's just literally like it's a development league and you just play people.
Mm-hmm.
But assuming that there's a West and an East, I'm assuming that there's gonna be it's gonna be a competitive and there's gonna be points and you could win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what is it? It's coming in 2022. Based off it says here the ecosystem, the MLS Next is under the Next Pro, so it looks like MLS Next will still be there,
Mm-hmm.
and then so it's gonna be MLS then MLS Next Pro and MLS Next. So it's probably gonna be think of like
Yes.
yeah. Which MLS? So MLS Next I think goes up to U17, but I think it probably would still go up to U17, but the better
Probably
players that would be
U18.
probably
U18's
no. I think it goes to
or might be
U17s.
U17 because of like contract issues and stuff. We'll see.
Pretty
Like,
sure it goes up
we'll see what happens as more information comes
because I
out.
think MLS Next like might have like higher ones too, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
lots of teams that are not
Yeah.
MLS.
Do you want to talk about the next league that we got coming up here?
Yeah, wait. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at yeah. For example, for the U19, they have like the US because there's USL teams, Barca Residency Academy in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it seems like U19's only Portland, New England, and then I think us and Cincinnati.
And Jason, what do you think
Oh, this
about
one.
this? Because like they don't exactly have this like type of academy stuff in
Man,
hockey.
just the Rose, Jason there. Well, yeah, North American sports in general is just way different
Mm-hmm.
than soccer. So
Talking about like an academy, like AHL farm
Yeah,
teams.
no. In
because
terms of
no, like
like,
imagine
that's not the
if
same thing.
well, yeah,
It's just
like
if it's like you could literally play like like basically Toronto, all the best kids, you could have them in your academy. So basically, pretend like for example, the Toronto Marlies goes up to like U9, and you could just sign any player, and then no one could buy them off you unless they pay money, and they just move up until they get to the Leafs. So basically, you could like all the kids in your area,
no,
you
but
just
that's
have all the best young
misleading.
players.
That's misleading.
That's
You
how's that
you can only
misleading?
sign players when they turn 16. If they're 15, technically they're free to leave.
Not in MLS. MLS has the rules where like with the zoning and shit. It's not
Really?
like England where you could just dip. Yeah,
The
well they
fuck is
MLS
this?
has, which is kind of stupid, but either way they're not gonna dip. They wouldn't just dip. Like maybe like especially in Toronto, you would be stacked, but they would probably dip because maybe there wouldn't be space.
Mm-hmm.
Like example, if there's academy system in hockey, like Toronto would be clapping everybody because you would have everybody. Like you just not
No, but I'm
everybody, but like
okay. You didn't let me finish what I was saying. Like I was
go
thinking
for it.
like fuck the AHL and like the juniors. So at that level, that's when you like the draft still happens, but instead of like use make the hockey teams more like actual club teams. So like the Toronto Marlies could still keep their name or something, right? And you give them their own league, kind of like the AHL. I don't know exactly how minor hockey works, like minor league hockey. But I is the AHL like every NHL team like has affiliates?
Yeah,
like the
I think
Marlies
the
and
AHL's
issue
stuff.
that like
yeah,
you're
it's
looking at
every
is
AHL. It's every NHL team's just B team.
Okay, so let's keep the
yeah.
name for the AHL, right? And just keep the thing for that, right? But imagine if they had one for the juniors, right? So the what is it? QMJHL,
OHL and
CH,
WHL.
OHL. Is
And
CHL one or am I stupid?
no, that's
Yeah.
that's the whole thing.
Right?
Canadian Hockey
No,
League.
no, no, CHL, something different.
And then there's like
Is
a
it not the whole
Western
thing?
Hockey League. Imagine if that didn't exist and those players got fed into like the Marlies and the Leafs from there, right?
Yeah,
They
the
do. They
system
just have
sucks.
to.
No,
But
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
if you did soccer program, then the Toronto could just have the rights to like almost every player in Toronto, kid in Toronto, which they
Yeah,
would smack.
Toronto.
Imagine being
The
Florida
Toronto's
MLS shit.
Panthers.
Look, the MLS shit is fucking stupid. That zonal thing is stupid.
It
I'm
doesn't
just
matter.
asking Jason about
All the
hockey. I'm asking Jason about hockey.
all the best Toronto teams
Yeah.
would,
So
would all the
the
just. But, okay, go for it.
OHL, and those kind of like minor teams, you actually have to pay to be on them. Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't get paid. They'll like subsidize your stuff.
Yeah.
Some teams like, but then you get drafted, and then they if you don't get drafted, they might sign you to an AHL team. You can sit there forever the rest of your career,
Mm-hmm.
or you get drafted and they're like, you know what, let's put him down in the minors for a bit to like because I don't think he's ready. But eventually, like Nazem Kadri, they brought him up, they put him down.
Mhm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
think the issue is that hockey is like a smaller market. Soccer is a
Yeah.
huge market. They can
Florida would
afford to
be
do
fucked. They
academy
would get
stuff.
no
They can
one.
afford to own like 3 whole teams
Mm-hmm.
for like different age groups and like have the facilities for that. And I just think the markets are like in same with like F1. F1. Uh
Mm-hmm.
Red Bull owns a junior team. They signed Max Verstappen when he was like I don't know, he's really young. Like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Like
Like Ferrari, I
Mac.
think Ferrari has a karting team. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's,
Like
they
we'll talk about
extended their
Formula One a
reach.
little later in this podcast, just because the race happened today.
I think it's
But
about the market.
yeah.
Like you just gotta have the money for it.
Well, at the same time, doesn't like every Formula One team have an academy at this point? But
Yeah,
like some of them are
not
No,
every.
technically
probably not.
funneled, right? So like
They have
AlphaTauri
affiliates.
they filter into Red Bull. I think Mercedes gets filtered through Williams, and I think there's a team in the middle that, but I can't. I'm like blanking on the name. Aston Martin. I think Williams goes to Aston Martin, then goes to Mercedes. I might be wrong on that, but I think like there's technically like a
Was
filtering thing you could
isn't
do.
the Williams in? Isn't that guy from Williams going to?
George
Russell.
Russell,
Yeah.
yeah, he's going to
Yeah.
Mercedes.
So
Yeah,
I
but what I was saying before
mhm.
is with that with the
Aston
academy.
Martin buys Mercedes cars.
Yeah, they all use the same engine too.
Like if you did it that way, then there would only be like there wouldn't be enough teams to hold the kids, and teams like Arizona would be fucked because we wouldn't have the same amount of money. It's kind of like in soccer, like Arsenal's academy would have all the best players, and then teams like like the shit teams in the league would be fucked. Like Arizona would be fucked. They have like barely any facilities. They would don't have the money. Like their academy would be fucked, and they would never have a good team because Toronto and other Canadian teams have all the money, would be able
Yeah,
to
but
develop
like
all the players.
what's the point there? Like, bro, that shit happens like everywhere. Like it
No,
does.
because in the NHL, if I'm shit, I could steal the best player. If it's you could just bring any player you want into your system, then you could just hoard like all the best players. We could have
Yeah,
Shane
I
Wright
think
and
it's
Connor
about,
Bedard and everybody.
I think it's about making a competitive like playing
Yeah,
field.
because North
Because
American,
if
it's with
one
the
team
draft,
can just
and you just can't
outmuscle
do that.
everybody by throwing money at the problem, it makes it like a very
Okay,
uncompetitive
wait.
space.
What the fuck are you guys talking? Okay, how did
'Cause you're
we
saying
get?
to make academies for hockey, but if there's academy hockey, then you're demolished. There's no draft anymore.
Yeah, you still draft player. It's just juniors. There's hockey under juniors, right? Or am I fucking stupid?
Yes.
Yes. So you draft them out of that league like they do now. It's just that instead of playing for like under a CHL team or a thing, they're all in their own like separate. How many teams are there in the CHL and like all this shit,
Because
I
there's
don't know.
the
right?
Quebec League, there's the Ontario
Let's
League, and
put it
there's the
like this,
Western
right?
Hockey League.
Let's think about it like this, right? Because there's definitely American versions of it too, right?
Yeah, obviously.
So imagine
Yeah.
Well,
if like
most of the good players play for the U.S. independent team or whatever
Yeah,
that shit's
the
called.
I
OHL
think
is like where the majority of the great players like
Yeah,
come from.
I think I
all the
remember
Most
American
seeing.
there.
players, even the best American players go there.
I think I remember seeing there's like 100 junior hockey teams in North America. I might be
Yeah,
wrong there, but I think it's about that, right? How many NHL teams are there? 30? 30 like two now,
Yeah,
probably?
32.
Mhm.
Yeah. expansion
okay,
games.
every team gets 3 teams, right? And then the juniors draft players through there, right?
Yeah, but like
But
small
what's the
markets
point? Why
can't
are you gonna
afford
put money
that.
to a player that's gonna freaking
Yeah,
get
then
drafted by
that's
Montreal and score 100 goals on you, but you developed him? What's the
it's just a
point?
think piece. Imagine if we could do that.
And all the
They
little towns
can't.
that
They
have,
can't afford that. Matthew,
yeah,
soccer is a huge market. There's so much money in soccer. There's so much money in
you're
F1.
gonna pay.
You
You're
can
gonna pay
afford to own
like,
academies and
yeah.
sign people that are like they know they're gonna race for them in like
Hmm.
the next 5 years because they're like can afford to develop
Maybe
these
it's just
players.
Toronto bias because I know the Leafs could afford it.
Well,
The
obviously,
Leafs are
but
the
also you're
biggest.
gonna
They
be
make
developing
so much
players for
money.
other teams. If you can't keep them, then you're just gonna invest money for other teams to get players that are gonna clap your cheeks. So,
But then again, I don't think
like
I think
some
you still have to
markets.
pay for academies at certain ages, no?
What do you mean you have to pay?
Like if you're at Toronto FC, I think you still have to pay until you get to 16. And then
No, you
16
did.
it's like actually an
It depends on
academy.
what academy.
Well,
Like in Toronto
guys,
FC, they probably.
what about like loaning a player for money? You train him in your academy, and someone wants him. He's just sitting on your bench. You could loan him. You're getting money for it.
They
Hmm.
wouldn't do that.
I think they should
But
do that in the
and if
NFL.
you do that, you're gonna take away all the OHL teams, all the towns that have it. Like London Knights is such a big like OHL market. You're just gonna
No, you
take that
just leave
away.
the
You know
teams
what
where
I'm
they
saying?
are and you
Soccer
allocate them
don't
at
they do that?
like under what I was thinking, you just allocate like they get a team. Like for example, it could be the Leafs, but it could technically be like some like Chicago, like Detroit. London could be a Detroit affiliate team, like technically, right?
And what's the point of affiliating if you can't keep their players? Then it's just the same as now. You draft them and you leave them in
You
OHL
can.
if
You
they
can
play in
sign a two-way
OHL.
contract. There's like two-way contracts. Like Nazem Kadri, he was on a two-way contract. That means if you suck, we'll put you down in the minors.
Yeah,
Austin Matthews,
but the Leafs
the
already
star
drafted
player,
him. But why you
the
get that's
star player is not going to sign a two-way contract. So if he
Hmm.
sucks, they just keep him in the NHL.
yeah. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying they have to in order to that's when you draft him, then you play him in the CHL. So that's what I'm saying. They already kind of do that. It's just only players you draft, you keep them in the OHL. And the only like some teams I know
AHL.
have junior teams because there's literally nothing. Like Arizona, I think that's where Matthew's from. They had like a 10-year-old development team because there's nothing in Arizona, and that's the only way they're gonna grow their sport in Arizona. They have like a little team or some shit for kids to play in Arizona.
Yeah, they have that, but they're not like signed to it. They're not like signed to a
Well,
freaking
that's
like.
what I'm saying. But in soccer, like if you're in the academy, you're owned by the club the whole way through.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I always I have an issue with like
Just
teams
it
that have
just that's
immense
because
like
North American
deep
sports is
pockets
just different in
and they can
general.
just
Like
out muscle all the other teams
if that was in
with just
basketball too,
money.
like that'd be crazy.
Fucked up.
We spent 10 minutes talking about something completely redundant.
No, it's discussion. That's what people want to hear.
Okay,
They'd rather hear us like just say the shit before.
so talking about leagues, there is a women's team coming to women's league coming to Canada for
League, yeah.
soccer.
Hmm.
Um, it's
Has it been
called
in the U.S.?
yeah, they basically have it in the U.S., but they're making a Canadian one that's going to be like a Division 2
Mm.
for now. Okay, so I'll explain it, right? So basically, it's going to be called WPSL Canada, which is like WPSL. I think it's just the WPSL. It might be
Women's
WPSL
Premier
America.
Soccer League Canada.
Yeah.
Well, the American League is called Women's Premier Soccer League, so they're just
Okay.
calling Women's Premier Soccer
Yeah.
League Canada.
So basically, it's a new women's soccer league.
Hmm.
It's a Division 2 league in Canada. I think it's amateur or technically semi-professional for
Yeah,
now.
it's technically
Looking to
semi-pro.
become
Yeah.
a pro league in 2 to 5 years,
Yeah.
which I think is a little too short. But I obviously understand that teams are taking out loans and stuff, and they typically end in 5 years. 2 conferences, West and East. Then they're gonna go play a conference champion, and then a final. So it's probably gonna be similar to the Canadian Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
And teams are going to be partnered with the WPSL teams in the US. And this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the MLS should have an MLS Women's League.
They're not. Why?
Kind
They're
of
not.
like
The
the
only way they would do
WNB.
that, you just had to buy the WPSL because
Yeah.
that's the best league
Yeah, it
in
sounds like
America.
that's what they're trying to do.
But like
Well,
think
no,
about it,
MLS
right?
doesn't own him.
Yeah, the
No,
MLS
I'm
doesn't
saying is
own
like
them.
it seems
But
like
I
it's
don't
going
think
to
the
be the same
MLS
as
would want is
MLS,
gonna
except
do
just
it.
women's.
Cuz
It's
like
not like they're
bro,
making lots of revenue.
they might as well. Cuz like look at the WNBA. There's been so many more there's been so many eyes on the WNBA, right? But then again, that's
Yeah,
more of the
but
personalities
the
on the
revenue though,
WNBA. And you just split revenue. Like find a split that
they
both
want split
sides can
revenue.
agree on. Yeah,
They wouldn't do that.
you never know.
If they would do it, they would do it for PR. But like in terms of like
Yeah.
just like invest like the money, like there's not going to be as much people going to watch the games as there is going to be watching like the freaking the
You
The men.
say
the
that,
actual MLS.
but like I
Well,
could.
because if we compare the one NBA, go to the WNBA games. There's like compared to, and they do it. They purposely put it in the summer where the NBA isn't there, and they
Mhm.
still don't. It's not as crazy as like in terms of like people talking about. Well, now certain it's a little more people talking about it it because they're just kind of for like feeding us that. But
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
before it
forcing it.
wasn't really like
Yeah, but bro,
talked
you
about, and
gotta
there's not
feed.
the stadiums are not getting filled.
You gotta feed. Like even the women's league in England's doing pretty well for itself, and it's
Yeah, but that's
basically
in
just.
England where like literally soccer
Soccer
is what they
fans are
have. They're
just
literally
like
shit
Yes,
everything else besides
I am
cricket
aware.
and rugby.
I am aware, but at
Yeah,
the same
that's
rugby and
why.
soccer.
time, there are aspects that you could take into a North American team. Like they feed their women's team in like every social media for like it's just they use it as a club, right? And information gets sent on one Twitter account. It's not they also do have a women's team Twitter account like Instagram and
Aren't you?
shit, but information also
So
gets
yeah,
posted
we
on
do
to the main
too.
team, right? So you're
Yeah, but
What are you talking
Matt,
about, the league or the
aren't you
U.S. women's
diluting
team?
your
like
fan
teams
base?
individually on the women's league in England.
Well,
Matt,
yeah,
if you're posting like a lot, people are like they follow you to see
the
like
reason it's
whatever the main team. It's kind of weird that you're posting all this other stuff.
the
I don't
reason it
find it
works in
weird.
England is because England is
No,
is like
No,
that's freaking that's life, like soccer's life. Here we have like a million different sports. College sports is like
huge.
certain sports is bigger than the pro sports. Like North America, it's so different.
because like it feels like women's soccer is a different sport in North
Yeah,
America.
well,
It feels like it's a completely different sport from men's soccer.
not
But in
necessarily, but
England, it feels like it's the same team. Like it feels like it's
what do you
it
mean? Well,
like
that's because it is this
when I
because like
yes,
the
that's the
team
whole
because the
point.
team.
That's my whole argument, right? I look at Manchester City, right? And I'm like, okay, so you got Manchester City, you got the U23s, you got the U18s, and you also got the women's team. It feels like it feels like it's one, like, you know what I mean? It feels like it's
Oh
one
yeah.
team. I follow
hmm
the Manchester City women's team because I follow Manchester City, right?
hmm
So you're going to get more eyes on that. And let's say, for example, I go to Manchester. I'm like, oh, I want to watch a game. The men's team are playing like Burnley or some shit, like
hmm
away from home. Oh,
Yeah.
but the women's Manchester City team's here. I might as well watch it, right? Like there are going to be times that people
Yeah,
watch
but are the
the
people
game
team gonna
that would not
invest
want to
into
watch
it?
it.
No. The teams are not, but the teams are gonna do it's most of the teams are owned by billionaires who are just looking at the money. And if they look at the revenue that the WPSL is making right now, they'll be like, why am I gonna invest into a women's team if I'm gonna make no money? And most MLS teams are owned by billion millionaires who are not gonna want to do
Yeah, but
that.
you just take slices off like the main sponsors and you put it to the women's team. Prices are
Okay,
going up. There
yeah, but it
people are
but doesn't
charging
mean the
more.
teams still want to do it. You could do all that stuff, but doesn't mean the teams are gonna wanna like have, like affiliate themselves with a certain team and just make a women's team.
I don't
And then
know.
you would take also all the markets that already have a women's team too.
It just seems like a viable way for women's soccer to grow, and you guys are just like thinking about the negatives like right off the bat. I just
No, I see the positives.
No, we're
Here, like,
just I'm
there
just
are
telling
pos
you
there
I'm
are
trying to be
so
a
many
realist.
positives.
I'm trying to be a realist.
let me give my like take on this. I think that women's soccer, women's sports are like coming to the forefront, and there's getting a lot of push right now. And eventually, there's going to be a market there. Like it would be naive to say that like women's sports at like the level that the men's sports are at right now
Hmm.
aren't going to take off. That would be naive to say.
Yeah.
But I
Not
think like right now in the current climate, especially like in North America, soccer is a huge thing, but it's not as big as the UK or like
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Europe.
saying.
Like
It's
it's
why it's
huge
easier
over there.
to
It's I think
yeah.
having a foothold over
Yeah.
here, Canadians women's soccer is like really strong. So I think that might have a pull, but I don't see it makes sense for a smaller market team
I
like
don't
in the
think it's fair to
MLS
say that they have a
pick up a
strong.
whole different team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't
That's
think it's
we're
fair.
talking about in terms of MLS teams owning women's team is
No,
what we're trying
hold
to
up. I
argue.
don't think women's soccer has that much of a market right now. I think it's only temporary right now because they've won,
France, yeah.
right? Canada soccer, people only like women's
Canada's been
Canadian
pretty good for a
soccer.
little bit.
Yeah, people
Mhm.
only like them because they're doing well, right?
Yeah, but that's what
As
you
soon-
need. You need sparks
this-
to light the
This
like
happens
fucking
so
flame.
many times. This happens so many times. One example, Jacques Villeneuve, right? He won the Formula One in 1997. Everyone in Toronto
Bring out
knew about it.
Formula.
It was a huge fucking thing. Season after, nobody gave a
Yeah.
shit. James Hinchcliffe, another motor racing guy. He was
Man's
on the
just
news
throwing in
24/7
racers.
for straight up 1 year and then dipped.
Yeah.
Milos
Matt.
Raonic in tennis.
Yeah.
No
I
one
get,
watched
I
tennis.
get.
Milos Raonic. Bianca Andreescu, who's kind of
People
falling
stop
off
talking
right
about
now a little
Bianca
bit.
Andreescu.
Matt,
Eugene
Matt,
Bouchard.
what do you think, Matthew?
Jimmy
What
Sarge
do you think
just
it will
sucks
take?
now. That's why.
What do you think it will take for women's soccer to take off?
This MLS thing. But the thing is, like James is saying, oh, MLS teams are just looking for the money.
But do you think
Exactly.
MLS teams will like invest in that? The
Small,
budgets
like,
aren't
freaking,
as
you think-
expansive as the
Yeah.
Europe ones.
But
Will
they
invest in a
should.
whole other team? And like I don't think the MLS teams, they might say, yeah, it's a good idea, but is it worth slicing a piece of our budget off to do that when like the main goal is like the MLS, like the whatever
The
the
MLS,
cup
yeah,
is now?
and the,
What I'm
England didn't have a
thinking-
league before. You would also like be taking all the clubs that exist right now that aren't in MLS markets. You just yeet them from existence.
What I'm thinking is right now, it probably doesn't make sense. But in 30, you need to think long term. This isn't a short term, like, oh, the next 5 years, we're not going to be making much money. I'm talking
Yeah, but
like
you
in
can't
30
tell that to
years.
someone who's pressed for money.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
I don't think too many of the MLS teams are pressed for money.
Yeah, but you got to get everybody on board. You can't have
No.
half of like.
I don't think all of the Premier League teams have women teams.
well, that's because they're in like the third. They're like the third division.
Manchester
because
United didn't get one until a few years ago.
like the
Okay,
the women's
know what I
league
mean?
in the women's league
Yeah.
also works there too, because literally every men's club there has women's team too. That's why it's different, because it was so easy for them because they never had a league. Right now they're already, so they just said, yo, they just already had a system. They're like, okay, just put every men's team that wants a women's team, you could get in here. But they have like so many teams that it's
'Cause, like,
easy for them.
I even think for the WNBA, it would be sick to have like an affiliate team. So, like, for example, if they had a team in Toronto, which I think they're trying to get. I think I heard
Yeah.
something about Drake trying to
Yeah,
get
they're
one.
trying to get one. Yeah.
Imagine
That
if that
sounds
was
like a good
affiliated
idea.
with the Raptors. So anytime the Raptors
Affiliate
did
thing sounds
something,
cool.
they were also brought up. Or whenever they
Yeah,
did
but
something,
and
it
you're
was-
also saying like, so also some of them don't want to be like, oh, we're just the Raptors like feminine team. They want to be their own thing too. Like,
yeah,
Oh.
you could give them different names. That's
well,
fine.
No.
that kind of how it is now. Like
no.
it's like the Los Angeles Sparks or something like that. They kind of have, it's
Yeah,
kind of the
but
same
like-
places, just
Let's say, for example, you have Los Angeles Sparks, right? And
Or whatever
they
they're
wear
called. Yeah, I think they're
yellow.
Sparks,
Like,
yeah.
let's just say they wear yellow and
what
or
is it?
they
yellow
do.
and
They wear yellow, purple, and white.
Okay,
I mean,
Because it's the same
they're
thing.
affiliated with
Matt,
the
Matt,
Lakers.
Matt.
Boom,
Okay, so what is the female team for Manchester City called?
Manchester City women.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
we're
Doesn't that
trying to
feel
see
like
how
you're
it's different in
grading? Like,
North
it's like-
America.
No.
Because England didn't have
No.
English women's system, a professional English women's system, and it was easy for them. Just okay, any team, all the like the freaking thousands of clubs in England
Mm-hmm.
that have infrastructure and money that want to have a women's team could do it, but here it won't do it.
I don't know. I just think it's something that should happen in the next like 30 years or something. Because
I think they should do the MLS
you
things.
you could see the women's soccer growing as a whole.
Yeah.
And like
Well,
It would be
obviously, but in
stupid
terms
not
of
to
like
think it
the
would
MLS
grow.
team
Like-
sponsoring them doesn't need
the
to
thing
happen.
is, I think it is gonna take a long time. If you look at like, especially for them to start getting paid as much as soccer players do get paid now, because like
That'd be a long time.
it took a long time for men's players to start getting paid initially, like for one, and two to start getting paid the amount they get paid now.
Hmm.
Right?
Well,
People
obviously,
will
like
watch
these people, I
it.
bet you
People
won't
are
even be
watching it,
getting
they'll get paid.
will be getting paid like the same as you, Jason. Because look at the CPL. That's a technically a professional league. I don't know if they count as professional yet. CPL, I
I
don't know.
think they are professional, but they're not officially.
And
professional.
they're making like some players are making like minimum wage.
Mhm.
So, like imagine the women's team that's semi-professional. So like the only thing I think this helps for like just like players that, for example, like how the CPL did the League One's women's team, the good players that want to make the next step, they could go there, or all the players that are in college and then didn't get drafted into the women's league or don't have opportunities in Europe, they could just go into the Canadian league. Because
Mhm.
right now, like some of them,
It's like-
they after college, if there's no opportunities in Europe or thing, you're just League One. So
Or wait, why
I think
doesn't the
it's just cycle. Like if you the women's teams are gonna like take off, I think, to a certain degree, but you need people to watch it to get paid, and you need people to invest in it.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's kind of like this problem of will people watch it? Or they need an investment? Okay, there's not really a market there, so I don't want to invest in it. I'd rather just focus on my like
Hmm.
team I have now, and then just like
I think it just takes one billionaire to just like pump a shit ton of money into it and like hope, pretty much.
yeah,
Especially like traveling too. Like
Like
they're
imagine if
gonna
a
pay him
billionaire
just
was
to.
just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna drop like 50 million on a women's
yeah, but,
soccer league.
okay,
Yeah, but he wouldn't do that
well,
because based
50
off
you need
other
million,
multiple
leagues,
teams.
50
he's
You
not
need
just
million
gonna
to a
multiple
drop.
billionaire isn't much.
Yeah, but Matthew,
But
Matthew,
based off
is the
what happened
billionaire
with
gonna
the
own like all 5
NWSL,
teams?
Okay,
they
okay,
haven't
hold
been
up.
insane
Hold
in
the fuck up.
growing.
Both of you are talking at the same time, and people aren't
Yeah,
going to
I know.
understand the
I
clip.
usually don't pitch
Yeah,
into
because we're
conversation, so it's creating a weird dynamic. I
Just
noticed.
talk louder.
okay.
Okay,
Go.
listen. If one billionaire jumps in and says, you know what, women's team is the future, he sees it, and like it's gonna be a thing, right?
Hmm.
Obviously, like it'd be stupid, and so he throws a whatever, like a wad of money at
Yeah,
the problem. How does that work? Does he buy like 5 different teams
he could buy the league,
for cheap, and then he owns all 5 teams and sells them at a later point?
maybe.
Like how many teams
Look,
do you
look
need
at
for
this
a league?
CPL. Some teams might go even go bankrupt, and that's a professional men's league. This is a
Yeah,
semi-professional women's league. So that's what I'm saying. People are not gonna bet.
I
People, I
don't
don't
think.
think
I don't think.
could say
I,
I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the WPSL right now is not making money, so people won't see it as a good investment.
hmm
The MLS they could see
But
it
like,
now
you
because it's
just gotta
growing, and then
give it.
Davies
You
is
gotta give it
leaving.
a little bit of time, because the Canadian Premier League looks secure at this point. Like I know earlier we were saying like, oh, financially, blah 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 blah. But like, if you look at the the players that they have, like they do have a solid foothold in like the market. Like if you look at Abzi, he's gonna go for what, 500,000 or some
We
shit,
don't know.
right? So like the players themselves have value now. So it's not like the first season when the players didn't have any value because we didn't know
I'm
where
just
they
Yeah,
were
saying in
at.
terms of investing to a club, and that's coming from like a league where the country where they saw, oh, Alfonso Davies went there and he made all that money, so maybe we can do it. A World Cup's coming here, so we can capitalize on this. And but like the semi won't like the semi-professional women's team. Where do they see now when
fit
the other
in.
leagues aren't even growing, and
Matthew,
all the best Canadian players are playing in Europe.
I don't think MLS teams are like struggling for money. Like they're not like that.
No,
But
And
like
literally,
a
I
team
think
like
every MLS team's good.
Manchester City has that space where they can like accommodate another team because they're used to it. Like MLS is like they got one team and that's it. So like going from that to two is like much different from like
Hmm.
and
four
England's
to
so
five.
much different in terms of travel. Like here, like I'm not to freaking fly on a plane to go to Calgary, then Toronto, then I'm gonna have to go to Edmonton, then Vancouver. Like we're in Manchester. I have
UK
to
has
drive
so
like
many leagues.
I could probably drive up and down quicker than I can drive just going to on top of
Um,
Ontario. So
I didn't think about that. That's a good one.
Scotland, is Scotland included in the drive? Because if
Well,
Scotland
yeah,
is, then
even then, if
no.
I were to
If
drive all the way
Scotland is,
up
you
and all the
can't.
way down, I'm gonna it'd be quicker than
fair.
me driving to the tip of Ontario on the
It's
top.
I think Scotland. If Scotland's included, then it's gonna take longer. In England,
Yeah,
than
but
to
it's not
just
like
go to the top.
Ontario to like the south of the US or something. I don't know where the league would be. Or like east to west coast.
No,
Um,
they're saying it's teams are like Calgary. It was like Calgary,
Yeah, what are
Montreal,
the teams?
Vancouver, and Toronto. Like that's east west,
Ooh.
fly. That's 4 teams, and you're not gonna get any of the big Canadians because while they didn't play in a semi-professional league, they're probably making so much money playing for PSG. So like,
yeah, but
why would they leave?
semi-professional leagues means that you have another job. It's not, you don't just do soccer,
But
right?
traveling takes so much time out of your day. You can't
It's
have a
just money
professional
too.
job
I'm
and then
assuming
have
it would be on the
semi.
weekends.
That's what I'm saying. It would only
You
it would
have
be
to
good for
like
people
flying.
like who come
Flying
from
takes a lot of
from oh
time.
go for it.
Sorry, so no,
People
you
that
go,
come
James.
from like the Canadian colleges or the universities in D1 and they don't get drafted into the women's league and they don't have opportunities in Europe, they just go there. Then but even then it's a huge commitment where you're probably going to be not making money at all. And you're just trying to you're hoping that it helps you make a step to go to another club. It's a stepping stone.
Hmm. I say we move on to the next subject because we're low
I
key
like
getting
today's
there in
episode
time.
though because there was actually
This
good
episode's gonna
discussion
be
in
two and a
both
half
these.
hours. This episode's gonna be two
It's
and a half
fine.
hours.
I like that there was lots of
I'm
discussion this
letting you know
episode,
now.
and we were able to get Jason in too. I like this
Yeah,
episode.
you said my name and I was like, my
I
time to
like this
shine.
episode.
My time has come.
Mhm.
Time to argue with
Okay,
people.
so
Go into
Julia
the mic.
Grosso is she signed for Juventus. Sorry if I'm looking
Women's.
down while I'm introducing a new topic. I'm trying to do timestamps. It's a bit of a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Julia Grosso is going to Juventus.
Mm-hmm.
This year it's technically still this year.
Yeah.
She for the last 3 years she's been playing at Texas
You good?
Longhorn.
Mm-hmm.
This season she played in all 18 games, scored 6 goals and got 4 assists, and she also has
Playing at the
31
six.
Canadian caps. And
Mm-hmm.
the last Canadian cap I think she had was
The
that
goal
goal in
to win.
Tokyo to win the
Yeah.
gold medal for Canada. I
Mm-hmm.
almost said gold cup for some fucking
Mm-hmm.
reason.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I mean, I think like at first I was a little like, why Juventus? Because in terms of women's soccer, they're not Italians are not exactly a powerhouse. Like in terms of their national team, I don't even know where for example, England and France, they're some of the best
hmm
in the world for feminine soccer. But Italy, I don't even, not
I'm
even
looking
sure.
at the tables.
Yeah.
Juventus are the best team by
Hmm.
far in the Serie A.
What about their national team though? In terms of their
I
national team,
oh I don't know their national team. I'm just
yeah.
looking at their competitions in the
Hmm.
Champions League and stuff.
Hmm.
So Juventus have straight up won all the games in the Serie A, 11 out of
Hmm.
11. Their goal differential is plus 25 in
Hmm.
11 games. That's crazy. In the
Yeah.
Champions League, though, they are tied for second in Group A, but they're
Hmm.
technically third because of goal
Hmm.
difference. And I mean, like,
That's what I'm saying. Look, all the French, English, and Spanish teams are all the ones that are there. All like the other teams are just.
they're playing the Wolfsburg team, and I think the Wolfsburg team is actually pretty solid in
I don't think
for women's.
the German teams are crazy. The up and coming league is kind of like Spain, especially now that
Actually,
they're getting
Wolfsburg
Barcelona's women's team is pretty good.
Wolfsburg is the best. As of right now, they're the top of the table in the in the
Hmm.
female Bundesliga. So that does give
Hmm.
them some credit. And Chelsea
Just
just
trying to
had
find Sporting women's team, but they're not here. I
they're in the
guess just
same
Benfica.
Juventus are in the same group as Chelsea, and Chelsea
Mhm.
just did the domestic
Yeah,
quadruple.
see,
Shout out
Chelsea's
Jesse
winning.
Fleming,
Yeah.
absolute unit of a midfielder. But yeah, um, Juventus have a tough group, and they're third because you have the top teams in the top, probably some of the top 3 teams. Because Paris is also good, and I think Real Madrid have a solid team.
Well, yeah, Barcelona's getting now like Spanish league and women's is getting really good. Like they have the Ballon d'Or winner, and especially specifically Barcelona has a really good women's team now.
Mm-hmm.
And look, yeah, and Real Madrid is there too. You know that was pretty easy group.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Benfica, Chloe Lacoste
But
plays on
yeah,
that Canadian.
Juventus don't look like a bad team. Like I don't think it's a bad option for
No, I'm not saying
Julia
bad option
Grosso.
now just because of it's her first step. Obviously, I was optimistic. I mean, not optimistic, pessimistic. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if that's the right word for what I'm trying to say, but like in terms of her, someone who 30 caps already for the national team who just won the gold medal, which in women's soccer is basically like winning the world, almost like winning the World Cup because you get all your players there. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like in men's where it's just U23 players. You have all your best players available for the Olympics. And then she's just going to Juventus. But then also, like you said, like Jessie Fleming, like when she first went to Chelsea, even like not till recently, she wasn't even playing that much. People wouldn't play her that much, and she was starting and she was good for Canada, but she was barely playing for Chelsea. Not till recently
Mm-hmm.
she's been starting and playing, and she just went there because let me go straight because she was the same. She used to go to UCLA,
Mm-hmm.
and she opted out of we just mentioned the league. I forgot the name of it already. The
WPSL.
WPSL draft, and
Bro,
went
how'd you
straight to
forget the league
Chelsea.
we were complaining about for fucking 15
And then she
minutes?
went straight to Chelsea, and then she wasn't playing right away. But she was playing for the national team, and and how good she was playing for the national team,
Mm-hmm.
and they still weren't playing her. So, but that's why I like Paris. 'Cause Paris has been playing all our teams, but
Well, it doesn't look
um,
like Jordan Huitma is playing that much. Ashley Lawrence is playing.
Ashley Lawrence has been playing, yeah.
Um, I forgot to check if LeBay is playing. I looked at like the lineup for their
But
last
for
game against
example,
Bordeaux,
exactly
which
like
was
that.
today.
For example, Jordan Hitzema, really young. Ash Lawrence has been in the game, and they're not. That's what I'm saying for the Europe. It kind of makes sense for the younger
Mm-hmm.
ones to go. Okay, let me go to a top team in a league that's not as good. But I know it's
LeBay's
and
there
she's
too.
also Italian, so it's probably like, oh, I get to go live in like Italy, where my family's from. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's her dad or her mom. I don't know which part of her family's from Italy.
Why is LeBay not playing any fucking games that I'm looking at?
She's just not playing.
I'm looking at a bunch of games and I don't see them. Oh, LeBay started against Issy FF, which I've never seen that team in my life. It literally doesn't have a logo on Google. And Jordan did not play. Neither did Lawrence. What, are they only playing one Canadian at a time? Is that what it is?
And then Leon, but the pairs have been doing better around recently though too, because Leon used to be like the best of the best.
They used to be like best of
Um,
the best by far, right? Wasn't
yeah.
Lawrence playing on those teams that were like insane?
Buchanan plays. I don't know who else. I think one other player there's, but I know Buchanan plays on. I'm pretty sure they're still up in the league, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Buchanan plays there. Paris FC had Vines, the striker. Vanessa Gilles plays for
Mhm.
Bordeaux. In terms of, and I'm trying to think of other
Oh, I
players that
think
play in the, I'm
Bordeaux
not
were
sure.
pretty good when I was looking at the table. Paris table. No, they're not. They're 6th. Is she playing though
But yeah, I think
regularly?
it's Buchanan, and then that's it. I think Ashley Lawrence might have played before, but I can't remember.
It looks like Gilles
Um,
is actually starting regularly for them for
oh
Bordeaux.
yeah, yeah.
She's
She didn't start
insane.
playing soccer till she was 16 too.
No fuck. What did
Um,
she play hockey?
I don't know. Maybe she just didn't play sports. I
Bro,
don't know.
she's like
She was from the same academy as Jonathan David,
oh
or like the same team or
yeah.
coach or something like that.
Cause bro,
Uh,
she's like a monster on the pitch. She's crazy. She almost scored
trying to
2 in the gold medal
see.
game, I
She was
think.
a tennis player.
Tennis?
Yeah. She quit sports to switch to soccer. After briefly attempting to play as goalkeeper, she became a defender. She played for FC Capital United in Ottawa,
Hmm.
winning league till 2013. And at the 2013 Canada soccer game, she was bronze medalist with Team Ontario.
Yeah.
So then she got her D1 scholarship to
Pretty
Cincinnati, and
crazy.
that's how that happened. Um, but yeah, so Grosso kind of makes sense. You have family from Italy. Italy is kind of a cool place to live on. Stepping stone, you've seen other young players like your friends on your team go to the tops of the top clubs and they're not playing right away. Here I could play right away, maybe be one of the best, arguably one of the best players. I don't know in terms because I'm not sure
Well,
how
Julia
much international
Grosso.
firepower Juventus has in terms of like international
Hmm.
players.
Hmm.
So, but I know she'll probably be one of the biggest signings ever.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, but I could be completely wrong.
And I am on the article that I looked at. She is available December 28th. Like
Yeah,
that's the
so
next game she
this
could
year,
play.
yeah,
So yeah, I think that's it for
it's kind of weird.
women's
That's such a random date.
soccer. So, do you want to talk about Formula 1 still?
Um, what we're talking about F1?
Cause the
Okay.
Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, or is it the
Mhm.
it's not the Abu Dhabi. What did they call it?
I don't know.
Is it the Abu Dhabi
I have
Grand Prix?
no
Because it's in
idea.
the Yas Marina.
I just use
You
I
know
just use
all this shit, but you don't know what the name of it is. Man's naming like 7 guys that like got irrelevant in like 1971, but can't name the race that it just happened today. What
Well,
is this?
yeah, it's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Because I'm not sure if they called it the Yas Marina Grand Prix. Because it's on the Yas Marina circuit. So that just happened. Well, just happened. It's literally 11 p.m. and the race started at 8 a.m.
Hey.
8 a.m. So yeah, the race was kind of crazy. James watched the last lap, which is basically the only part
Yeah,
he had to watch.
I woke up. Yeah.
Jason did not watch any of it.
At work.
Yeah.
I watched none of it. Oh, I was like pressing some guy.
I literally
I was like,
woke up and it's like, oh,
give me,
Verstappen won.
what lap
Yeah.
is it? What tires is he on? And he was like, yo, chill out.
You're like, what tires is he on?
What lap is it?
What's his front
I
wing
like,
set on?
yeah. As
What
soon
engine
as I,
mode is he
Is
in?
this your refing job? Which job? Oh,
yeah, I was refereeing, and I like in between.
how are you
periods, I
able
would,
to
like,
do that? What are you the
I would
freaking?
shake down the timekeeper, and I'd like, because the timekeeper, his
Yeah.
friend was watching. I was like, what tires is he on?
So what during like
What lap
every
is it?
like the intermission you just went?
Yeah, I was like, is did he pit? Like, and then
Nah,
at the
kids
end,
slashing the
Mhm.
tripping kids. He's like like with
and
the
I'm like,
scoreboard line, like, yo, what's happening, bro?
No,
What's
there's just like
happening?
there's like a bench brawl, and Jason's just
Parents are
watching
and the
the
parents are
fucking.
on the ice and shit, and he's like,
Perez
yo,
did
come
what? Perez did what? 5 seconds? Wow.
on.
So yeah,
Uh,
do you want to just break down the race?
I
Because
mean,
I was
I don't
yeah, we
thinking
can
we
do that.
break
go
down the
for
race
it.
because it just happened,
Mhm,
and then maybe go like race by race and like maybe some turning points and stuff.
mhm.
My prediction before the race happened was Perez or Max was going to turn their car into torpedo and just crash
Mm,
into Lewis
Yeah, I
on
thought
purpose,
Verstappen would do it,
mm,
but
and then
yeah,
be
it would
like,
be
"Oh
better
my,
for
it was an
Perez.
accident. How did that?
mm.
I didn't see your car there."
Chill, Latifi though.
Yeah,
And it would by
Latifi
default.
comes up big in this race. So this was is this the 23rd race this year? Something crazy like that.
I don't actually know.
They had like a bunch of races.
Bunch of races.
Why do I have to look at this? Oh my days, that you wasted my time on that.
I knew it was going to waste your time. That's why I did it.
Okay, so Abu Dhabi Grand Prix started off with Max Verstappen in pole. He had like an insane lap in qualifying.
Mhm.
Lewis Hamilton was in second. In mediums, Max Verstappen was on on softs.
Oh.
Right off the bat, 5 lights go out. Max Verstappen had a nightmare
5
start,
lights.
and Hamilton had a daydream start. They just both like Lewis just completely sent it into turn one. Got there first. I think he was like a car and a half ahead of Verstappen going
At
into
least
turn one.
car length.
Yeah, it was just crazy. And then Verstappen on turn 6, which is right after the first straight, sent it down the inside of Hamilton, and Hamilton got sent off track and then gained time back. So people were freaking out. There's a little bit of a controversy there. But apparently Lewis Hamilton gave the time back. Didn't give the place back, but gave the time back by the end of the lap. So Michael Massey, which is the guy at the FIA, said he was fine with that. So no further sanctions were dealt there. And then it was kind of boring because Lewis Hamilton was fast as fuck this
putting the
entire
beats
race.
on.
Yeah. He just went all out.
In the
Everything he
medium.
had. In mediums, he was
In the
doing better than
mediums.
Hamilton on softs. Better than
Max.
Verstappen on softs. Just insane. And then around 10 laps in or 9 laps, Verstappen pit for hards. Jesus Christ. He pit on hards. Lap after, Hamilton boxes, goes to hards. So now they're on even, pretty much, tires. I think Verstappen did better 1 lap in because the tires were already warm, but then as soon as Hamilton got the tires warm, he was off again. But for some reason, Sergio Perez didn't pit.
Well, team strategy.
Team strategy. My guy waited until the 20th lap, okay? Until Lewis Hamilton got to him right before the straight.
He was on soft tires too, wasn't he?
No, yeah, Perez was on softs. And he was fighting with Hamilton on 20 lap old softs. He was fighting Lewis Hamilton for a lap and pretty much 2 laps. He saved 5 seconds off the first lap for Verstappen, and then an extra like 2 seconds in the second lap. And then he eventually had to let Hamilton pass, and then he let Verstappen catch DRS and go ahead of him. It was like Perez did his bit. They called on him, and he did his bit. I think Bottas was like way further down the order. I think he was like 8th position at the end of lap 1, so he couldn't do anything. And then right after Lewis Hamilton passed, Verstappen couldn't catch DRS or anything, so he was kind of fucked. And then Hamilton just went all out. It was kind of boring until there was a virtual safety car, and at that point, Verstappen boxed on another set of softs, and at that point, he was faster than Lewis Hamilton in just about every lap, because Lewis Hamilton only pit once this entire race. So Verstappen's catching up. You're 50 laps in out of a 58 lap race, and you're like, oh shit, Verstappen's not going to catch him.
Lewis is way ahead.
Yeah, Lewis is like 10 seconds ahead. Verstappen's catching up he was 12 seconds ahead, and Verstappen was only catching up like 6/10. Like there's no way he's gonna catch Hamilton at this point. But our Lord and Savior, Go Tiffy, King Latifi, fucking collides with Mick Schumacher, and then something goes a little off. A few corners later, he spins. I think it was into turn 14. He span, hit the wall, completely wrecked the car, and we needed a safety car. Now, this is kind of controversial because Toto Wolff was. Why am I the only one talking? Oh, well, yeah, you guys.
I'm just listening, man.
Why? Because I'm not listening.
This is story time.
I didn't watch it in
This
detail.
this
I just
schmuck,
saw the highlights.
this schmuck. Wait, no, hold on. This schmuck was saying our conversation is redundant. Talking about a women's soccer league in soccer. He's talking about F1 driving
It
for
just
Hey,
freaking
I'm
happened.
enjoying it.
5 minutes in a soccer
Shut up. I'm
podcast, bro.
enjoying this. I'm enjoying it.
Bro,
Hey, you
ours is no,
shut up.
but
I'm
you can't
enjoying
call
this.
our argument freaking redundant. It's
Well, because
freaking
we were
schmuck
getting
city.
nowhere.
Even
We
the
were getting
layout.
nowhere.
The layout.
But yeah. So Latifi crashed, needed a virtual safety car. Total Wolff was trying to convince Michael Massey not to call a safety car, because then it would allow Verstappen to catch up to Lewis. So under the safety car, there were like 6 cars between Verstappen and Hamilton. I think the 3 cars were like Lando Norris, Fernando Alonso, and Valtteri Bottas, I think. Or no, maybe not Bottas. Oh, actually, I can see right here. Norris, Alonso, and Ocon, I think, were the drivers in between. Maybe Leclerc too. I think he was ahead of Vettel. But there's a virtual safety car, and there were like a bunch of cars between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. A few laps go by, they get the car off. They're getting all the debris off the track.
Well, they
And
wouldn't
then-
let at first they wouldn't let the lapped cars pass the
Yes.
safety car.
On
And
TV,
Max
they
was
were
furious.
saying that they weren't going to let the lapped cars pass, so then they could have one lap of racing. But then last second, and I mean like real deep into Sector 3 on the second last, on lap 57 out of 58, they called the safety car in, and the lapped cars were allowed to pass at the same time, pretty much.
Same time.
So Lewis Hamilton was like, what the fuck? He's like in the middle of Sector 3, like, what the fuck am I going to do? All the cars passed, so now Max Verstappen on fresh, soft tires, because he boxed at the beginning of the safety car. It was perfect timing for him. Safety car got called, and immediately he went in the box. Like, it was like he was like going into the turn, the second last turn, which is where the pit lane is. It was like immediate. They're like, oh, he boxed immediately, got onto soft tires. I think it was like a 2-second pit stop. Red Bull are doing a madness. He's like right behind Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is stalling because it's like, well, he's kind of fucked because he's on like 50 lap old tires pretty much. I think it was like 45 at that point. And as soon as they get to the line, they start racing again. Lewis Hamilton had a really good takeoff. He was on old tires, but he had a really good takeoff on the starting straight at the last lap.
I think I think he slowed down. Like, you know how they're like creeping around that corner?
Yeah.
I think Lewis was mad and he was like, what the frick is going on?
Yeah, he was so
But
pissed.
I also think like he knew that the Mercedes was gonna get the jump off like this like a standstill. Because the throughout like the past few races, the Red Bull has sucked off the line.
Yeah. And even this race too, Verstappen sucked off the line. Hamilton had a beautiful fucking takeoff. But turn 6, which is the hairpin that leads into the first long straight, then takes you to the chicane. Verstappen just fully sent it into the hairpin, got the position on Lewis Hamilton, and because there's no DRS after 2 laps after safety car, they were still kind of even. Hamilton at the end of the straight caught up, but had the outside into the chicane. So Verstappen had a better line out, but Lewis Hamilton still had a decent line for what he was given. And then there was a fight into the end of the second straight. Hamilton was kind of pushed into the shoulder, into the curb a little bit on the straight. But right after that, it was smooth sailings for Verstappen, and he won his first ever World Drivers' Championship. Super Max, absolute unit.
Super Max.
Yeah, it was just
Max
fucking
nuts.
crazy.
I liked the thing you sent me on Instagram. It was
Man, the
Go
orange
T-shirt
shirt in the
people?
crowd.
no, the one with like he's commentating, but over Aguero's goal, but it's Verstappen.
Oh yeah. There's like a
What was
huge
it?
thing on Instagram, because obviously it's fucking
It was
Formula
like
One. It's huge.
Latifi, Verstappen.
People are saying
For the
no wonder Hamilton lost, and it's him in a Barcelona jersey.
Hamilton and champagne celebrations.
I
Latifi
sent a lot.
celebrating with Red Bull.
Jason blocked us on Instagram for some reason, so I couldn't send him
I did
anything.
that.
The race is like playing football for hours with your mates, and then all of a sudden someone says next goal
Yeah,
wins.
Latifi, Verstappen.
I would say though, out of their dads though, Verstappen's dad's a schmuck, and Hamilton's dad is not a
Yeah,
schmuck.
no Hamilton.
Like if their dads,
Hamilton's
it was
dad
like
is
something with their
nice.
dad.
I've always known
Yeah,
Hamilton's dad
Verstappen's
is
dad is a
nice.
schmuck. Verstappen's dad is a schmuck.
Well, you
I know
forget
nothing about their parents.
Lewis Hamilton's dad is basically like he's a middle class dude. He
Dude,
straight up got another job just so he can support Lewis in his karting.
dude, freaking Verstappen's dad shaking Hamilton's hat. He wouldn't have done shit. He was Hamilton like if that was the other way around, we're like, because Verstappen was really talking shit about Lewis, like, oh, he's saying he's basically fucking shit.
Who?
Verstappen's dad
Yo,
was talking, no, but he was talking shit
Oh,
about
okay.
about
To be
Hamilton.
fair,
And then Hamilton's dad's like shaking him. If that was the other way around, Hamilton's dad was talking shit about Verstappen,
mhm,
and Hamilton won. Verstappen's dad wouldn't talk to him, and he would like cause beef and like say something in an interview. Oh, I have no respect for like he'd
yeah.
say some dumb shit. His dad's retarded.
Don't say the R word. Come on.
Sorry,
You
I'm
were
sorry.
so
That's
good up
just
until then.
he was heated. He was heated. He was heated.
Yeah.
as he did.
Um. But yeah, we always know Hamilton's dad is a nice guy. Jos Verstappen obviously did race in Formula One as early like in the late 90s, early 2000s, or was it just
Didn't his
in the
car
90s?
blow up
Yeah, he was the
in
guy
the refueling?
who,
They were
as they were
cheating.
refueling,
They were cheating.
were they?
I think that's right. They were cheating on the pit stop. There was a flow restrictor. They removed the flow restrictor. That's why the
Oh,
fuel like spewed out before they plunked it in.
got
And
you.
so and immediately the whole car just
Hmm.
went boom
I
up in
forget
flames.
what car he was driving. I think it was a Benetton. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think so too. It was
Um,
yeah, I think it was
but
bedtime. Like the
yeah,
colors are
yeah. I think
teal.
he left the pit. Did he even keep driving after that? Or no? Who was the one who kept
No,
driving as the refueling thing was still in the car? Was that Massa?
no. That was a little bit more modern than
Yeah. I think that's more modern. But yeah, they stopped refueling
that was.
cars like a while ago.
Yeah,
Um.
I remember they were cheating. They removed the flow restrictor on the
So
thing.
yeah, people like Verstappen fans are like praising Latifi for getting in that crash. That
Yeah,
basically
the
saved.
grandstands was full of orange shirts, man. I didn't
Yeah,
realize there's
like there were
so
two
much
full
back
grandstands of orange shirts. It was crazy. Do you want to take? I don't want to take it exactly race by race, but I think we could get like a good idea of where everything
We have
like.
one question though.
Yeah.
Have you been doing the timestamps?
Yes, I have.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Okay.
A.
I was thinking that I
Because I
just
have
thought that in my
my
head. I'm like, oh
I
no,
have my timer
I
right
didn't.
here.
Okay. Yeah,
Max,
continue.
Did
in
you
my
put Max
opinion,
in the thumbnail?
No, I
Yeah.
just did
You had to put Max in the thumbnail.
no, I put just the rumor, the two kids with the rumors,
Mm-hmm.
and then the women's league, the
Okay.
new women's
Yeah.
league. Yeah.
in my opinion, Max is a much more aggressive driver. He like throws his car
Yeah,
into place,
Max since his karting days is known to be like a super aggressive
and
driver.
like you can hear Lewis always dangerous driving. It's dangerous driving. He
He
always
said that on
complained.
Perez. He said that on
Yeah,
Perez.
but he complained about Max in the past,
Yeah.
and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Max
Mm-hmm.
is just thrown his like you can see like the late braking and just lunging his car into the corners. Like that's like
Yeah.
acted in
It's
front.
And they
risky.
wanted
It is
overtime.
risky.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Versus Lewis is like a super technical driver. He's like
Mm-hmm.
got the corners down. Like
I don't exactly want to take it race by race, but like Lewis Hamilton won the Bahrain Grand Prix. Verstappen won Imola. Um, Obviously Hamilton does really well against in Portugal, and he crushed Portugal. Hamilton won Spain, but I think the turning point this season was Verstappen winning Monaco.
I think the turning point this season was
But he did,
Brazil actually.
yeah, that was another
Brazil,
turning point.
in Brazil, I think that was the first time we saw was it Verstappen force Verstappen forced Lewis off the track?
Mm-hmm.
Was that the first time we saw that?
I
Because
think
and
so.
after that, the FIA ruled out like that fine
Mm-hmm.
because then Lewis, I think he cut across
Yeah.
the
But
inside.
before we get
But
there, like, in Azerbaijan, Max Verstappen crashed. He DNF'd, right? Like on the final straight, I think he crashed, and then he like
I
kicked the
think
tire of his car. It was like an iconic
oh
video.
yeah, that yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That happened this season, and Lewis Hamilton came 15th. I don't know. To be fair, Latifi Mazepin beat Lewis Hamilton and Latifi in a race. Oh, they're washed. French Grand Prix was kind of, yeah, Max Verstappen, Lewis up top. Same thing with it's the Red Bull Ring. So the Austrian Grand Prix, Verstappen won twice. The British Grand Prix is another turning point. That's when Lewis Hamilton took out Max Verstappen on like the first lap. Do you remember that?
Is that the one where they got stacked on top of each other, or was that the last season?
No, that's the one where they got stacked on top of each other was Monza. But in the English Grand Prix, going into like one of the last turns of Silverstone, Lewis Hamilton clipped the back of Verstappen's right rear, and then Verstappen got sent into the gravel trap and then into the tires. And that was like huge. People were like saying this huge, like a big fucking deal. And then in Hungary, Valtteri Bottas decided to play bowling with all the other drivers and just hit the back of Norris, who hit okay. Vettel was disqualified, but he should have come second. It was some bullshit thing. Stroll got DNF'd, Leclerc got DNF'd, Perez got DNF'd, Bottas got DNF'd, Norris got DNF'd, and Mazepin probably got DNF'd later in the race, right? So Valtteri Bottas decided to play bowling with like 4 drivers.
Don't you dare diss Mazepin. He's the greatest driver. Just give him a year or 5. He'll still be in F1. His dad will pay for him.
That was the race where Max Verstappen got damage on the, what do you call the bottom of the right side of the floor of the car? I forget exactly what you call that bit. The bit that sticks out. I forgot what you call it. Oh, why am I blanking?
Floor.
Is it just the floor? The right side of the floor of his car got fucked. I know it's not quite a barge board, is it?
No, barge board is in front of the
the
side pod.
Yeah, side pod. Like the right side, the bottom, right side of the bar.
You're talking about the panels that stick out at the back part of the floor, right? I don't think those are side pods.
I forget what they're called, but his right side was completely fucked. Like there was a red flag, and they were like taping the shit to the fucking car.
It's like NASCAR, where
they were like taping shit
to like hit the fucking bodywork down.
Yeah, like that was a pretty big race, and he still finished in the points. He got 2 points. We didn't know how big that would be until later in the championship fight. Max Verstappen won the Belgian Grand Prix, which only lasted 2 laps or 3 laps, so then they could give the points out to everyone. Which that was also kind of like that was worrying. Obviously, Lando Norris crashed in Q3, that huge crash in the rain. Then the Dutch Grand Prix, obviously Max had to win that. Imola, that's when the cars got stacked on each other. That's like probably the highlight of the race. But McLaren won 2, and I will say, the McLaren 1-2 is the only time that during this season that a team has gone 1-2. So, pretty big deal. Russian Grand Prix, Lando Norris should have won that, but Hamilton won it. That was his 100th win, I think.
Good thing for the halo though, like.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton still got hit by the tire, but if there was no halo, he would have probably died.
Yeah, or broke his neck.
Yeah.
Or Hans device. It's hard to say.
I forgot the Turkish Grand Prix. I don't think I watched that one. No cap. But Hamilton came 5th. Verstappen came 2nd. US GP, though, that was pretty fun to watch. Mexico also, Verstappen won. Brazil was a turning point, obviously. Hamilton coming from...
I think it's a rule, because in my opinion, FIA did a trash year. I think it switched the whoever like the head of the
FIA.
Yeah,
Michael Massey.
That guy. They switched it. They switched him out, and I think it was just weird because it seemed really disorganized. Like rules were like being stretched and broken, and like new rules were being like what they offered Red Bull. They're like, oh, Red Bull, you can start here if you want to, and then Red Bull was like, we're not going to do that. And it's like, they should just had a decision and just been like, boom, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Offering like give an inch to take a mile.
Offering that's in Qatar. That's in Qatar. Brazil was just Verstappen taking him out wide.
I'm saying is that that's one example of like the FIA not putting their foot down. Like
Hmm.
there, they let it kind of slide,
Yeah,
and so as you see like the following races, it just continues to happen of people like cheating corners like that. Like
yeah. And then
I was forced wide.
everyone knows what happened in Qatar, where El Plan, Fernando Alonso, podium. That was huge. That was like a big point in the F1 season. Honestly, we're talking about like the Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen fight the entire season. Esteban Ocon won the Hungarian Grand Prix. That's huge. Um, to be fair, Valtteri Bottas should have been more competitive in the Russian Grand Prix. Sergio Perez getting a podium in his home Grand Prix for the first time. I think that's like the first time a Mexican driver has made it to the Mexican podium. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it is. Um, and even Saudi Arabia, the first race in a new street circuit, was crazy. Esteban Ocon almost podium too. Like, there's been some pretty good stories. Like, Alpine have done pretty good. Obviously, the Ferrari comeback during like the second half of the season when they got that new power unit, that really helped them. McLaren's beginning of the year was crazy, and then they dropped off a lot towards the end. Overall, great season. And obviously, I just started getting into F1 like halfway through the season. Like, Hungary was the first race.
Was it after I told you to watch the documentary or before that?
Yeah,
It
after
was a
yeah.
Well,
documentary.
you
That's
got
literally
in
what
from
made
the
my dad watch it, was just the
I
documentary.
got into it with the
really?
documentary and the video games.
That's the only way my dad. Only reason I know that documentary is because my dad kept telling me to watch F1 because after he watched
Yeah.
that, he got addicted to F1.
Oh right, because he got the game and then he started. Damn, F1 has done a good job promoting it this year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because the
I got
Netflix
into
series,
F1.
Well,
that's what made my dad watch it.
yeah, because the F1 got bought out by, I forget who they're owned by now.
Oh really?
Yeah, but they got bought out like in 2016 and something. Because before, F1 was very conservative. Like,
They
drivers
didn't want to change anything.
drivers had to get permission to use social media. Like, if Hamilton wanted to, like, in the garage, like if Lewis Hamilton wanted to take like a Snapchat video or something, he'd have to get permission, and most likely it'd get declined. And now, like, there's so much free roam with social media and Formula One, and that's been huge. And I like, you could even bring this back to soccer. Like, is soccer
It was
being
soccer that did it
conservative in
first.
ways? Like, can soccer be innovative in certain ways that they're just not thinking about?
Wasn't it a soccer team that did it first that put mics and like cameras in the dressing rooms and filmed a documentary?
Sheffield
I,
United did one.
I have
There's like
no idea.
I
videos of
believe it was
Sheffield United.
The first ever. No, there's probably so many like
okay.
from
No, but I'm
other
saying like
sports.
okay, of course it has, but like there's been a recent trend
So I know
recently. Like we got
Sunderland
the
has
Leafs.
their
The
Mm-hmm.
series.
Leafs has one. F1 has one.
I think All for
A bunch
Nothing.
of different
Sunderland's was there for a while, way before
because
that. No, Matthew.
ever since the Netflix series,
How long
F1
was
has gained
Sunderland's series?
a 50% boost in viewership within 1 year. That is
Hmm.
huge. These like mini documentaries that really
It's just tough though because
dramatize.
Okay,
not all teams
so
do it because like not all players want them to see the people to watch them like what's happening in the locker room. That's why.
yes.
So and you have to be a good team too.
Oh, it
Or
wasn't
else it's
Sunderland.
not
It was
worth it.
Sheffield United. Sunderland had one in
No, Sunderland
2018.
has like the red to die or something like that. No,
Yeah, they did, but that was in 2018. That was like, I guess you could say that's kind of like the
no,
first
wasn't it multiple
modern one.
series? Well, no, the first really one is just Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks in general used to started doing that for football. I don't know if
Okay,
I was
so
for
there was a
football teams,
TV
but
movie that probably only got released in the UK, called Warnock, and I think it was a documentary on Neil Warnock. That's where you get the meme like, "You got to fucking die for the 3 points," and like those. Have you seen those videos? You've surely seen them,
see something right
I
now.
haven't.
James. He's not paying
I'm just
attention.
trying to look. Sorry, I'm trying to look at something right now.
But there's like a whole fucking thing where in 2004, 2005, I guess they um took the cameras into the locker rooms and stuff for like team talks and stuff. And it's very similar to what we see now with, like James was saying, the Sunderland Till I Die documentary
No, but
and
the first
the
ever
All
ones
for
is Hard
Nothing.
Knocks because they had in North America. They started in like 2001, and they were doing like they were just doing documentaries on like people behind the scenes and like teams. Now they do like teams behind the scenes and stuff.
Yeah, I guess that would be the first one. It started with Hard Knocks and then it
Well,
went to the
relevant
Warnock.
one. Yeah.
and then it kind of died out for a while because no one was really watching documentaries. And then when Netflix started blowing up, then Sunderland Till I Die came out, and then I think City had an All for Nothing on Amazon, which
I
kind of
think
blew it
All for
up.
Nothing is just Amazon series because they have it like
Yeah, it
everything they
is.
do. It's all like this. It's the same people that produce the All or Nothing Leafs because it's All or Nothing by Amazon. They just do different teams every year.
Okay, so the sports docuseries.
Was Amazon All for Nothing the Tottenham one too, where Mourinho like
Okay,
where Rose was asking for playing time and Rose and Mourinho basically said you're shit?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All or Nothing, they did 2016 with the Arizona Cardinals, 2017 with the LA Rams, 2018 with the Cowboys, 2019 with Panthers, 2020 with the Philadelphia Eagles, right? They did the Michigan Wolverines in 2018 as well,
Mm-hmm.
Manchester City in 2018 as well, Tottenham in 2020, and then they're doing Arsenal this year. So every 2 years, it looks like they're doing a Premier League team.
Yeah, and you can
Bayern
do
Munich in
college sports too.
2021, Juventus 2021, Inter is coming out in 2023. They're doing that. So for
Mm-hmm.
next season, then it's going to come out in 2023, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Brazilian national team in 2020, New Zealand All Blacks in 2018, and the Leafs
Ooh,
are the only hockey team.
Dude,
what's the
New
biggest
England,
market?
New Zealand All Blacks is a sick one.
And it looks like it might be like connected to Hard Knocks because it says see also. So I'm not sure if
I'm
there
not
might be
sure.
some same producers that like kind of helped out with the
I'm
All
not
or Nothing.
sure.
But yeah, like sports docuseries have really helped viewership. I wonder if I don't think it's representative for the Leafs because of COVID. Because like I think this season is the only season they've actually had to advertise Leafs tickets. Because like
Did
usually
you get
it's
that
so
from
hard.
when we went out? It's who said that? Who
Your
said that?
uncle,
Was
yeah,
that my?
your uncle, yeah.
I was like, I
Which
swear
is
I heard that
fact.
before.
Which is fact.
I swear I heard that. I'm like, oh,
Well, yeah,
like
you
okay.
literally heard it like a few days ago.
Well, the
That's
Leafs,
why I
the
was
Leafs,
confused.
the
I'm
people
like,
who buy Leafs tickets that like make
our
them sell out and are
businessman
it's business guys.
or in their
The
freaking
whole Rolodex,
cottages.
it's suits.
Yeah.
Everyone's in
Yeah.
suits. And you see empty seats. You want to know why? It's because there's a bar underneath. Those motherfuckers don't even watch the game.
It's not even they
They
don't watch a
fucking
game. Most of
They
those
don't
guys
even
now
watch the game.
that they're working in the office now because of COVID. They don't have to work in the office. They're in their cottages in freaking middle of nowhere in Ontario on their
Yeah.
computer with good Wi-Fi, and they're just working from home. And they don't want to give up their tickets that they've waited on years of wait list to get into. They're not just gonna give it away. So that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a ghost in the room. Yo,
arguing with my brother
boys and
here.
girls, men and women,
Did you hear talking
elder.
about the Leafs?
Can we please get a like for how
Yeah.
much Jason has talked this episode, please?
Yeah, let's get a
That
Jason
doesn't deserve a like.
appreciation.
Like,
And all I want to say is that
we
I
need
think the sports
A Jason fan
documentary
account.
series have done a good job at dramatizing like you know what
Yeah.
I mean, like showing like the intense moments and the stuff you might not see, and it makes people more invested, right? Once you find out that like what goes on behind the scenes, you make it's not just around the track. It's like there's people driving those cars, people who like do everything, and I think it brings more life to the sport, and it's good for what do you call it?
Just sports, like whatever sport
Yeah,
they're
Mile
talking about,
sports in
ho,
right?
general.
mile he,
And I want to say I
mile
wasn't
ho,
a
ho.
fan. I didn't join with the Netflix crowd. My dad forced me to watch fucking F1 every single
The
fucking
fuck?
Sunday and Saturday. I'd wake up and like the race would always be on, like qualifying or something. You wouldn't even be watching it; just
Yeah.
have it in the
Like I
background.
used to have it in the background a few times. Like my uncle would like record it. I don't even think he's into it. I think he just records like the Portuguese Grand Prix because he's like, "Oh, Portugal." Right? So I know that track pretty much inside
Is it
out
on
at this
Sport
point.
TV?
Yeah, my dad loved
No,
Montreal,
it's on TSN.
Canada.
No, but on the Portugal one, did they have it in Sport TV?
Probably. They probably did. But
My dad loves Montreal because it's Canada.
yeah, I really like Canada. Like even in the video games, that's the first race I've ever won, the Canadian Grand Prix,
The
without
concrete wall
flashbacks.
Oh,
dropped them.
it has
It
that
was with
stupid fuck
it was with
turn.
James. It was like the first day I like played. It was like zero AI, and I was like stressing. I like spun
It
so
has
many
that
times.
stupid whatever turn they call that, whatever they call
The
that turn.
hairpin.
Yeah,
I like that.
not in the game. No,
Really?
I do not like it. No, it's not. I hate that more than the freaking Monaco turn.
Oh, I hate the Monaco hairpin so
Dude,
much.
yeah, this he hates the Monaco turn. When he used to
I
not
like
be able to get it,
Monaco.
I'm assuming
I
he
could
gets it now. But when
I
he
could
was actually
oh
grinding, he was able to get it. But when he first started, So we get
Yeah,
copyrighted?
'cause
What
I
the
was
fuck?
what?
I'm not gonna show your screens. We get freaking
No,
copyrighted.
I was gonna say
Oh.
like this controller has really helped out the PS5 controller because
When he was grinding it hard, he was able to do it. But when we were like racing, started getting back into it again, we raced on Monaco and he kept getting pissed because he kept just crashing on that one
Yeah,
turn.
it's because it like my controller went all the way, but it wasn't registering. It was going all the way. So the drivers, when they were turning, they were going like just to do a simple like this. They just had to go like this, and they were going like this. So I could barely get through
Dude,
the
fuck
turn.
stick drift
Hey,
though.
hey, this is a little Easter egg for you viewers. Matthew smashes his gaming equipment, like his freaking
No, I
headset,
don't. I don't.
Dude,
You guys
and
think
then
I do?
blames it on his
Jason,
brother, and then
No, no.
blames it on
Jason,
his
No, I
brother.
don't. No, I don't.
Jason, and
I
you haven't seen Pro Clubs Matthew. Pro Clubs Matthew is even worse.
okay.
Pro Clubs Matthew shuts off the PlayStation mid game. That's Pro Clubs Matthew.
Matthew, what happened to your mic?
Okay.
It's I had
No,
to
no,
get
no.
it. You just got
Okay.
that mic.
No,
No, no,
My
no.
this is
brother
what happened. This is what
stepped on
happens.
it.
No, 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 no.
We're
I'm
up
being
2 nothing. We're up
slandered.
2-0. We're up 2
Total
nothing.
wolf.
Faiz
Total
will miss a
wolf.
breakaway,
Full
and
on.
I hit a 5-star skill move, and the ball goes away. Matthew at 3M is gonna throw his control against the wall and shut off the
No.
PlayStation because I hit a 5-star skill move instead of sending him like a back pass to the goalie that would have given it
No,
to
no,
him.
no, no.
No, I did a
No, no, no.
5-star skill
I'm
move, and
being
I do
slandered.
too
I'm
much
being
skill
slandered.
moves,
No, no,
and
no.
then we're up 2-0, and then they score a goal. He's throwing the remote and shutting off the PlayStation.
No, no, no. I'm being slandered. I don't throw the remote. You guys hear a bang. What I do is I always play with it like
That's
a
right.
plastic
I
table.
do hear a bang.
I always have a plastic table when I'm playing on the PlayStation downstairs, and I just smash my fist on it every fucking time. I just go bang every time. I never throw my controller. I'm super against throwing my controller.
I wish he had recordings of like streaming when the days he just rage quits when he was playing Pro Clubs with me and Faiz.
Yeah,
You would have seen the real rage of Matthew.
yeah, because I'm doing everything defensively and then getting the ball to you guys. You guys are schmucking around with 5-star skill moves while I'm trying to get at least the 3 goal.
we're up 2-0, and
thing.
we're like we need this game to win, or like if we're up 1-0, like me or like Faiz will try to do like a rainbow or some dumb shit, and Matthew will get so pissed and then or
Just
like
quit the game.
or if he passes it to an AI and AI does some dumb shit, oh, he's gonna freaking flip he's gonna be
Oh
like,
my God.
apparently the freaking every single AI team we versus Man City and we're freaking 2021 Toronto FC. That's him. Like if you do a 5-star skill move and like we're not winning 7-0, he's gonna rage at you.
Bro, not even if you do a skill move. If you even touch that right stick and we're losing, you're getting it. You're
Yeah.
getting it. I don't care. The thing is, I was playing CDM too. That's like the most hot-headed position in fucking.
No, because you just
FIFA.
want that position.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna play striker or like play like right wing and like trust the fucking AI. The AI shit.
Don't have to trust the AI. What's wrong with playing Faiz at the 6, huh? See, he's a schmuck.
Because he
He's a schmuck.
sucks. But he sucks.
I hope this gets clipped and Faiz sees this.
Low key,
So you can slander you.
Faiz with his 5'9" build and you with your Mr. Clean build as a striker pairing kind of works.
Dude, that
It
was all
kind of
meme. Like,
works.
oh, Jason, and I was talking about AI. God forbid I bring my goalie build. Matthew might not even go into the game. He's shutting it off before you go into the game. If I were to do my goalie build for fun, no, it's done. And not even him. Faiz is raging too, and they're both. And then it's just done.
Yeah,
There's no point
What's
in
wrong with your goalie build?
The night's done.
because playing as
They
a
don't want me to play
goalkeeper,
goalie. Like you know, you
playing
play
as a
play
goalkeeper
as
is
a
so
goalie.
shit.
They
Yeah.
don't want me to play as a goalie.
because
they-
no one knows
they
how to
just-
play as a goalie in FIFA, so it's like fucked every time.
No one plays goal. No one really plays like Chell Bear. People play goalie, but in like FIFA, you don't really do it. I did it all the time for memes, and sometimes I would put like a 5-5 goalie and shit, and they would get pissed
Yeah,
because
obviously.
you're based. Yeah,
I'd be able to score on a
So-
5'5" goalie, bro. That's like 2 feet shorter than me, bro. Come on.
no, aren't you 6'5"? I thought you were 6.
No, I'm 7'5", bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were 7'6". No.
No, 7'5". Unfortunately, I went to the doctors.
We're Jason. We're just
extra
short
round.
6'2" guys, right? Yeah, totally.
Man.
Okay.
Man.
Huh?
I think we should cut it. We've been
Yeah,
rambling.
okay,
for a bit.
yo,
Yeah.
is that a timestamp?
Well, do you want to go to the Premier League predictions?
Is that where we're at now?
Oh.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
That's
What's
where
I
we're
want to
at.
know if we passed 2 hours and 30 minutes.
2, 13, 50, 5,
Holy
6,
shit!
7.
This might be our record podcast. No, our record podcast was almost more, I think. But,
That was like
yeah.
the early ones.
Yeah,
They
let's
were
do
so
prep
long.
predictions.
We could
Prep
check.
prediction.
Let's fucking
We're gonna do
check.
fact
Might as
check?
well.
Hey man, I'm making art in MS Paint over here while we're having a conversation.
our biggest podcast was 2 hours and 35 minutes. So if we could top that, that'd be
What did
insane
we
if we
talk
actually
about
get
then?
that. That was like, let me click on it. I don't even know.
We got 218 with grading every Premier League transfer.
It was the one where it's like we didn't have time to make a thing, so I just had an orange background like Altidore. It's that one.
On Altidore?
Yeah. That's our biggest one.
And then we also had
Oh,
232.
I was about to say,
Gold Cup
we have a
transfer.
3-hour one, but that was just a watch along.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, we used to get 2 hours a lot early on.
Yeah, because we talked 1 mile an hour about a million things.
Okay.
But that one, like, was it even the one with Marcel Flores and Pajina? Pajina.
I think this one's gonna beat it. If we talk for this,
What was that guy's name again? What's his name? I just haven't heard of him. Wonder Kid. What's his
FC
name?
Wonder Kid.
Dude, I haven't heard from him in forever now. He got famous for like pulling.
We shouted him out. He has been
not
insane.
Now he just
FC Wonder Kid Instagram. Let's see what this is about here. He still like posts shit.
Yeah, but he's not banging like mans don't know about the.
He's grown a mustache and then nobody's cared since.
Oh shit.
And the thing is, it's not even like it's one guy. FC Wonder Kid's one guy.
Yeah.
It's two guys.
No, because he blew up off of this video. Please you. Nos mesh on the left. Pep. Ron Dias. Consel.
He streams on Twitch too. Follow my Twitch.
I'm
by the
gonna
way,
go
still
bold.
watching.
Remember that? I'm gonna go bold. Bruno Pajina, Renat.
All right, let's wrap it up. Kind of getting distracted.
Sorry. I'm gonna go bold.
Well, I'm just looking for FC Wonder Kid on Twitch because apparently he streams. But I can't
Jason,
find
next time you do
Twitch.
like a crazy pig, gotta go say, I'm gonna go bold.
Nah, man.
gotta
I
do
gotta
the
hit
accent.
the Nico Rosberg.
I'm gonna go
Again.
bold.
That's what Nico Rosberg does. He always looks like this fucking little punch.
Nico Rosberg.
Nico Rosberg. He's like a retired race car driver. He was like
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton's teammate, and they were like, he'd always do this fucking little.
Dude, why does this photo make him look like Ellen for a second? What the fuck?
Who?
Nico Rosberg. I searched him up, and
Oh.
there's like one photo of him in like a tie.
Bro,
looked like,
is it just
or a
me or
suit.
did he get
He looks like Ellen
facial thing done?
DeGeneres.
Did he get facial?
What?
Did he get facial stuff
I have no
done?
idea, but it looks like he
I
was
don't
Ellen
know.
DeGeneres in one of those photos.
Because it looks like his cheeks are like a little higher up than they used to, and his nose.
He might have
is
gained
Excuse
weight.
me?
He might have
Whoa,
gained
buddy.
weight, Matt.
His cheeks are a little up than were before. What are you looking? What are you
I was
talking
touching
about
my
there,
face.
buddy?
It was clear.
Whoa,
His, like,
buddy.
cheekbones
Yeah, because you're
are-
putting your mouth where
Yeah,
his
but this is
cheeks
a
are, buddy. Is that
podcast,
what
Matt. You
you're
gotta be
trying to say?
descriptive. People are
You're
listening to this, not
freaking-
watching it.
Buddy.
Okay, do you
Matt,
want to jump
they,
into the Premier League predictions officially now?
Matt,
Holy
he might have
shit,
gained
dog.
weight. Nico might have gained weight because before
Maybe.
he had to be like a certain weight and like
Yeah.
perfect. So, like he might have like relaxed.
Today's
a little
Sunday.
bit.
Yeah. Well, it's technically Monday now.
No, yeah.
Fuck.
Bro, that's not even
I
a
have
thing.
so much schoolwork this week.
I got an extension for a project for school, and I still
This
haven't.
your last week too?
And I still haven't finished it yet. Yeah, it's pretty much my last week. Yeah. Okay, let's get into the Premier League predictions then. Yeah, how's that?
Yeah. Let's do this quick.
Yep.
Okay.
So last week James got 1 point, Schmuck City. Jason got 3, and I got 4. And Jason had random.
We didn't do that much
selections.
games, and yet you had freaking stupid domino or whatever or random whatever that was called.
Yeah. So in total,
Yeah,
James is on
Max
61.
Max.
Jason is on 43, and I'm on 74.
That's not
Or,
that
sorry,
bad.
72.
That lead's not insane. Then the rest of the season, I think catch up.
Maybe, yeah.
At this point, we're not doing forfeits either because me and Jason haven't even done our forfeit at all.
Mhm.
So like, there's no point doing it. We're supposed to. And
I
Jason
forfeit.
never did his, so then I just never
forfeit.
did mine.
I
What?
forfeit.
You can't.
I'm allowed to forfeit?
No.
Oh no.
You
Okay.
just
No,
don't
like
do your
it was
forfeit,
our forfeit. Like that
jumping
was our
into
forfeit.
Lake Ontario.
Jumping to Lake
Oh.
Ontario. I was supposed to go to the mall and Matthew's dream outfit or his outfit and
Yeah.
and an
Okay,
Instagram.
I'm just not
story
jumping.
of
Like
his
I will
toys.
unfriend you guys before
You
I
want to
jump in
switch
that
forfeits then? Do you want to switch
like,
forfeits?
No. I
You have to
don't
walk
trust
over to the
him.
mall
I
in
don't
his
trust
outfit
him.
and he gets a free story post.
To be fair, Lake
That
Ontario
was
is
honestly, I was
disgusting.
more worried about the story post than I was about walking the mall. That was more worried. I was more worried about because he
Why?
could post anything. Because you would have posted some crazy shit.
Gonna post that photo from St. Catharines on your
Which
story.
one?
Oh, let's say it after the podcast. Let's say it after the podcast.
I don't know which one you're
That's
talking
fine,
about.
that's fine.
I don't get that
That's
one.
Oh, don't play dumb.
Don't play dumb with me, boy. Okay.
No, I deadass don't know what he's talking about.
Let's get into the games, yeah? So
Text
Jason's
me.
last,
Wait,
so he goes
text me.
first.
What are you?
I don't have the photo anymore. I deleted it.
He's lying. He showed it to
You know
me.
what I'm talking?
Oh, oh,
Yes.
bro. Instagram feed would love that. That's not weird. I was worried about like other like there's other shit. That one wouldn't. I would rather post that than other shit. I'd rather post that than posting like, oh, Man City 20 something something champions or some dumb shit.
The thing is, I would wait for that too. I'd be like, okay, you're
Or he
gonna
would
post
make
the
me
thing of
post
three
like I don't know
champions.
some
I'd be like,
next
well
shit.
deserved, Man City. Just a
He's
grade
gonna make me
above
post like Bernardo
Liverpool.
Silva's next post with like and put like a goat emoji or some shit.
Yeah, that's not even bad.
Okay.
He's like a Portuguese player. Okay, let's get
Okay.
into the Premier League games.
Yeah. I'm first.
Yeah,
Is it? Yeah, I'm first. Okay.
Jason's first. Jason's
Um.
first.
Oh,
No, because
oh, it's
total.
total. I thought it was last week, but okay. Yeah, go.
Can you read it off to me?
Brentford versus
Brentford
Man
versus
U.
Man United. Man's not even in the
Man U,
dock.
2-0.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just say you're gonna write it. Okay, I'm
Um,
gonna go. Oh, I mean, it basically what's the score gonna be? Because Man United are basically gonna go undefeated with Chris Armas. So
of course.
I'm calling that right now. Chris Armas undefeated. So I'm gonna go 2-0, 2-1.
Fuck.
I
I'm
almost
Nah,
said
gonna
no
oh
go.
way.
wait, can I go 2-0?
I'm gonna go 3-0 then. Man U.
Hmm.
Okay, Norwich versus
It's
Villa.
crazy though.
James is
Man was
first.
I saw him that man sitting on the bench beside fucking all those players in fucking Old Trafford, Schmuck City. Anyways, okay, it's me. Norwich versus Aston Villa. Ooh. I'm saying 1-0. Buendia scores against his old team. Fuck it. Oh,
One
what the
nothing.
fuck? I put it on 1-0 Aston Villa.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Villa.
Ooh. A little double Villa.
1-1.
Look at 1-1.
Okay, you can put that down. Man
Matthew
City
first.
Leeds.
This is the one I'm fine with taking third because I'm not gonna go the same as you anyway. So
I'm gonna go 2-1 City.
Jason.
1-0 City.
You want to put that down, James?
I'm like, who's gonna put that?
Yeah, I can't open
Okay.
the doc. My
I'm
computer will
gonna
crash.
go 3-2 leads. Okay.
Wait, so Jason went City, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
2-0.
C.
Gotta put the C. My
Two
bad.
nothing, or 1-0.
Yeah.
2.
Oh no, 1-0,
Can't-
1-0.
Well, we can't change. It's not his favorite
No, no,
team.
no,
It was
no,
1-0 before, and then he
What's the
said
point of
2-0.
having that rule?
Yeah, facts.
Schmuck. You don't do it for
no, no, no.
Burnley.
You gonna
Well,
put 2-0? Ah,
his
oh,
favorite
whatever.
team isn't
No,
in
it's
the
one
Premier.
nothing. You have to keep 1-0.
Yeah, my favorite team is
It's not
I
in the
can't
Premier. You
say.
can't say it, but it's not in the Premier League, and
Secret.
you'll find
It's on the
out
pre. Oh yeah, he switched his
on a
team.
video that's going to be coming out around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're
keep
working
your
on
eyes
it
Yeah,
out
right
but
for
his
now.
that.
temporary team is Burnley. That's been his swap team from the beginning, so that has to stay his
Yeah.
swap team. Okay, Jason, here's your pick.
Who's playing?
Brighton versus Wolves.
Brighton 1-0.
Ooh.
1-0 Brighton. This one's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, 109. Nice one, James. I'm gonna go a little. Okay, I thought it was me. It's fine.
I'm waiting for you.
I don't know, kind of interesting. I don't know what to give here. 2-2.
2-2. I'm going to go 2-1
We'll go
Wolves.
2-2 ones. Okay. I'm gonna go
Crystal
random
Palace
ass
versus
5-0
Southampton.
Crystal Palace. I don't know why
Jason.
the fuck I did
Wait.
that, but
Yeah, Jason's.
Tell me first.
Yeah, I know you're
I'm
gonna be
first?
last, but no, you're gonna be last, but I'm telling you, Crystal
Oh.
Palace, Southampton. I'm gonna go 2-1 Palace, which you put C, so I'll put C. What do you think here, Jason?
You said 2-1 Palace, right?
Yeah.
1-0 Palace.
Next we
no
got Burnley
love for
versus Watford.
Southampton.
This is interesting. Oh, am I first for this one too?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go another
Oh, it's bare
2-1,
games this week.
but I'm gonna go for Watford.
Yeah. So Jason.
Yeah.
Big up the boys. 2-1 Burnley.
Okay. I'm gonna go 1-0 Burnley. It's at Turf Moor, so why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Arsenal West Ham. This one's interesting. Jason, you're first.
Arsenal 1-0.
Arsenal. I will go. We are a massive club. as Bazinga would say. 2-1 West Ham.
I'm gonna go 0-0. I could see this being a draw. I'm just
Mhm.
gonna put scoreless draw just for the prediction, but I think it's gonna be a draw. Both teams are fighting, and I think Arsenal are shit, and West Ham are
Mhm.
doing better than they should.
Man, you just hate Arsenal because your little brother likes Arsenal.
No, I just hate Arsenal because every time I say I want Arsenal to win, they win, and every time I say I want Arsenal to lose, they lose. So
So
Leicester
they do
City,
what you ask them to. You mean the other way around?
yeah, I do the other way around. Yeah.
Because you said when they ask them to win, they win, and when I ask them to
Uh,
lose, they lose. You meant the other way around, yeah.
yeah.
It's
Jeez,
time.
I'm tired. It's 12. It's 12:41.
He's
To
lying.
be, to
He's
be
always
fair,
hated
that's not as
Arsenal.
bad.
He's
Imagine we filmed this
unconditional hate
2-hour
for Arsenal.
podcast and we
Actually,
started at our normal time. It would be like
no,
fucking 2 a.m. right now.
yeah.
So
Matt has unconditional hate for
No, I have
Arsenal.
an Arsenal
I
jersey
honestly hate
in my
Arsenal more
closet.
than Matthew probably
I
hates
I could
Arsenal.
pull out an Arsenal jersey from my closet right now.
How do you know that's not his brother's, Jason? That could just be his
Yeah,
brother's.
this is his brother's room, I think.
Why would it
His
be in my
brother's right
closet?
behind. Yeah,
Why would it be in my closet?
I don't. We
Mm,
can't trust
it
that.
looks a little big. That looks a little
And
big.
even
I
if you
don't know.
do
I don't
trust
think
it,
it'll fit
a
him.
Man City fan just pulled the Arsenal kid out of his freaking
Sorry.
out of
Yeah,
his.
we can't trust that. We can't trust
Okay,
that.
no, it's Bellerin. Okay, yeah, that's definitely like some Matthew type shit because he's a right back, and Matthew was yeah, that's some shit Matthew would get.
Cancelo.
But a Man City guy just pulled out a Arsenal kid, so he should be.
Worried.
I almost. Okay, anyways, a Merry Christmas.
Okay,
It's you.
so James, is it
Oh, it's
James?
me.
Wait,
Ooh, okay then. I thought it was Jason, but okay.
is it? Wait, who is
I
it?
can go.
No, it's
Jason.
no, it's you. It's you.
It is me.
Because Jason went
Fuck.
first
Okay.
for the Arsenal one, no?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Ooh. 0-0.
0-0. Okay. I'm gonna go 2-0 Tottenham. And also, I have that
Yeah.
Arsenal jersey because I actually went to the Emirates with my like with my family.
I thought,
When I
yeah, and
went.
then they
So
finesse you because like Carabao Cup or some shit, and you ended up getting
no,
watching the
City
game.
finessed me. City finessed me. They had a Carabao Cup
Was it
game
what?
in
Was it the
Huddersfield.
Carabao Cup or FA Cup that finessed you?
What?
Was it because of the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, the Champions League? What was it?
Carabao Cup game in Huddersfield that canceled the Premier League game
And you had to go watch U23s. What a
against. I
schmucks.
think we were gonna play Burnley or something. Or
Oh,
no,
so you would have
we were
saw
gonna play
freaking.
We were gonna play Middlesbrough at home,
Okay.
but they ended up playing Huddersfield away.
Uh,
So we kind of got screwed
eh,
there a little bit. But we ended up
well, I
watching
thought you were gonna watch
our.
Arsenal versus Man City,
We
the normal
watched
one,
Arsenal versus City
the
U23s,
U23s.
which had
Who
like
was on that team?
Raheem Diaz, I think. Matt Smith was there.
Was Garcia there?
I don't know. He wasn't there at that point. Or he might have, but he wasn't
Was
playing for
Doyle
them.
that good yet, or is Doyle too young?
Doyle was not there. I don't think Foden was there. He might have been on the bench.
Delep, whatever his name is.
No, he's way too young.
But Doyle, it must have been Doyle, no?
I know more of the Arsenal players than I know
What
more
year
of the
was
City players
this?
at that point. Like
We're
Thierry
gonna get a.
Alvarez was there, I think.
What year was this? We're getting a check now.
Um,
2018, right?
when was Guardiola? 2017, right? No, 2016.
We'll get it.
I think it's
2016.
was it
Okay.
2016 or 2015? I keep on forgetting.
2016, 17.
Yeah. So
Okay.
2016.
We'll get a fact check. Why is it like that? Okay. So your big boys on that team were okay. Why I clicked on this guy? That's fun. Oh my God, what the fuck is happening now?
I can
You
find it.
had Manu Garcia. You had the Yoboa guy. You had Pablo Maffeo.
Yeah, Paulo Maffeo.
Angelino was there.
Yep.
Um, Angus Gunn.
I think he might have been in net. Let me try to find the actual game though. Give me a sec. Fixture.
Roussan. Muric was there. We guys saw Jadon Sancho at that time.
Yes, Jadon Sancho was there, I think, in the game. Let's see. Away Arsenal this game. It was 3-3. Carl Jenkinson scored late in the game to win it, to tie it. So let's see. Hudart Sheaf was at the game. Is that the one I'm thinking of? No, it is not. Oh, Rob Holding was playing center back for Arsenal. Maitland-Niles was playing center mid with Rene Adelaide. Is that Mullen? Donnell
Um,
Mullen was playing and I didn't clock it. He was playing in that
trying to
game
s-
at right wing. Or he was just there. Nelson was there, Willick was there, and Sonogo was there. Josh Da Silva was there. Eddie Nketiah. And then for City, it was Muric in goal, Humphreys, Adarabioyo, Francis,
wow, you guys didn't even
Smith,
play Angus Gunn, eh?
Congolo, Fernandez, Badu,
Wait, so it was
Brahim
3-3, not the
Diaz,
1-0 one?
Andros, and Sancho. It was a 3-3 game. Yeah, Thierry Ambrose. And then Lucas Nemecha came off the bench.
Oh, Lucas Dementia.
Sadou Diallo was playing. Oh, it's not the one I'm
Nketiah was
thinking
on the
of.
team, eh? They sold Rennie Adelaide when he was supposed to be good.
Yeah, that Arsenal team was sick. That Arsenal
Dude,
U23
that
team was
Arsenal
sick.
team has bare players right now.
Bro, but look,
Actually, now that
the
I think
team that we
Rob
have.
Holding plays now for Arsenal main team. Maynard plays for main team. Willock plays for Newcastle.
Yeah,
Malin plays for Borussia Dortmund.
Jaden Sancho was there for
Reese
City.
Nelson. Reese Nelson was supposed to be good too. I don't know what
Oh,
happened to him.
shout out Sinan Bashidi, uh Baitiki. He retired because he had like a heart condition that he couldn't
Shit.
play, and then he became a scout for City, I think. Yeah, shout out to him. He was actually
Shout out
pretty
to
good too.
him.
Burson Selena was also on that team.
Sancho was playing though, eh?
Alex
Matthew's favorite player.
Garcia. Oh, he used to be.
Damn,
He used to
Sancho's
be
only
one of
one
my.
year older than us. That's crazy.
Paulo Maffeo was also on this
Schmuck.
team too. It would have been
Yeah,
perfect
that's what I
if
was
he were
saying to
playing.
Paulo Maffeo. But they weren't starting him.
Yeah.
Schmucks. They're freaking this guy named Humphreys.
Humphreys used to be decent. It was him and
He plays
Adarabioyo
in
at
he
center
plays
back.
in Belgium now.
Yeah.
That's like,
Is that was the last predictions?
oh
No,
no.
we just kind of went off a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
Leicester City
Chelsea versus
versus Tottenham.
Everton.
No, it's
Now it's
Leicester versus Tottenham because Jason needs to make a prediction there.
Leicester. Jason says Leicester. Remember,
Leicester's gonna win 1-0.
Leicester.
Okay, next we got Chelsea versus
It's
Everton.
you.
I'm first. Chelsea. Everton did get smacked up. I'm gonna go 3-0 Chelsea. Timo Werner hat trick. Imagine.
Jason. Chelsea Everton.
1-0 Chelsea.
Mm,
That is the wrong score.
nothing happened there.
What did you say? What'd you say, Jason? 1-0 Chelsea.
Yep.
You
James, what do you
shawty
think?
with you. Ooh, you under the.
Mistletoe.
I want Chelsea to choke. So, 2-1 Everton.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but
Jason,
what you want is okay.
Liverpool
Who?
versus Newcastle.
Newcastle
I
1
agree
nothing.
with that.
Newcastle 1-0.
You agree with 1-0?
Yep.
Did I just,
Newcastle.
Jason? What the fuck
That's
did I
weird.
just hear out of your mouth?
You agree with me, right?
1-0
You said you
Newcastle,
agree
right?
with that.
You're gonna
Yeah, 1-0 Newcastle.
disrespect the
Oh, you agree with me?
boys against Newcastle? Okay,
Liverpool is the
I'm
worst
gonna go
overall
four
team.
nothing.
Come on now. The defense, offense, coaching, management,
Matthew, you agreed with him, eh? Let me see. Let me see the
I
Newcastle score then.
I like
If you
seeing
agree with him, huh?
I like seeing 5-0 scoreline.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
Liverpool's
yeah,
gonna
yeah. I
win
thought you agreed with
five
Jason, huh?
nothing.
Schmuck City.
No shot. I always go Liverpool just because I know they're usually
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
win, like City.
See, no, no, I don't. I can't do it. I think I've won for Man City once, and now the whole time.
Yeah, maybe you would be beating me
I
if you
think the
didn't do
best I
that.
ever
So,
gave Man City was a draw against Man United because I didn't want Man United to win either. So
hmm
I don't think I've ever given Man City a win ever on apparently predictions.
you don't
Someone could
think?
fact check that, but
So wait, what
someone wants to
time?
go watch every single video of prime predictions.
I think someone should watch every single video and look strictly at
The
the
prime
predictions.
predictions, yeah.
But one
But
thing
still
I'm.
watch the whole episode, of course. Come on.
Do you remember how long our longest video is? 2:35.
Long
Is
or
that what it
what?
is?
Yo,
We're
let's get to it.
literally
Let's get to it.
we're gonna get to a 2:30. We need to get to 2:36 at
What's
least.
the CONCACAF finals today? CONCACAF Champions League finals? I
Are
keep
they?
seeing posts about stuff.
Or maybe it's like
I think
this
they,
weekend, this
uh,
upcoming weekend or
or is that
something.
just the Liga Max?
Yo, guys, podcast people don't want to hear us
Okay.
dilly-dallying around. They want to hear
So
the facts. They want to hear
At this
the content,
point,
the juice,
if
the
they went through all
juice.
the way that, then they're fine with Willis waiting for this shit. If they're willing to hear us like do the dumbest shit, so
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get the last timestamp, so I'm just gonna guess it.
oh no, you're gonna have to scroll. You're gonna have to scroll.
I'm not
You're gonna have to
gonna
hit them with the
fucking.
scroll.
Nah. So
And did you do broad ones or like actual like
I
every
got it
single
like
topic?
most of them. I got it pretty accurate, but some of them
Might just
are
exposing the
inaccurate.
timestamps,
It's
eh?
fine. It's gonna be in the description anyway, so it's fine. But yeah.
Yeah, Matt. If you're gonna expose timestamps, give me your credit card information.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. No,
Well,
social security.
If you're just gonna throw it
Social.
out there, like, come on,
Yeah.
give us it
um.
all.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
I want to say, guys, listen.
I'm more energy today.
Matthew's highlight reel is coming out, so subscribe for that one. James is coming out, and if we get to 10 likes, mine's gonna come out too.
On our
Uh,
OnlyFans account. On our
on
OnlyFans
our
account.
OnlyFans. It's gonna take a lot of editing
I haven't.
because I suck. You know, like some intense music and slow.
Dude.
Everything looks better in slow motion.
Are we actually gonna post our
For my
thumbnails there
highlights,
just for jokes?
The what?
Are we actually gonna post our thumbnails there just for jokes?
What thumbnails?
no,
On
Oh,
OnlyFans?
might as
Just
well.
our episode 37 thumbnail. Pay $2.
Yeah.
to see the thumbnail again.
See the thumbnail that you could just go on YouTube and find.
Mhm.
No, see, you can see the thumbnail before it comes out.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Whoa.
exclusive right there.
But yeah, if you made it this far, officially we have passed the longest video we've ever had. So
No shot.
yeah, we did.
That's crazy.
Matthew, you drew that one out. You knew it was gonna
Yeah,
come
I
as
did. I
soon as
low-key
beat the
drew
record.
it out. Okay, but if you made it this far, you might as well like and subscribe. Yeah, especially this far, like 2.5 hours. You have to like and if you've made it this far, you have to like and subscribe, or else Mercedes won too. Shout out our social media. It's on description.
Under
You got
Through those silver arrows are garbage.
Jason, under the
mistletoe.
we can't get
it's on
copyrighted.
ascending
Oh,
on the
we
holiday.
can't get copyrighted. We can't get copyrighted, boys.
Can't stop staring at your face. I don't know if
want to
those are the
sit
right
in
lyrics.
the snow, but I'm gonna be
I'm
under
Alright.
the
under the
mistletoe.
mistletoe.
Show
Join in, Matthew.
you.
I guess that's
Shawty
that's
with
out.
you.
I guess that's
With
it.
You.
Guys, I have to
Shawty
do an
with
assignment.
you.
I have to do an assignment. Okay, I
Under
can't
the
deal with this. Alright.
mistletoe.
Thank you so much for watching this
Shells
video.
of
We'll see you next week. Peace.